Could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like.
Nicotina's mom! Oh yeah! Nicotina's mom!
You're watching Poindexter Lounge. You already know. You're watching Poindexter Lounge for the unity.
Why don't you set aside an hour or two? We'll have a few drinks and a cup of coffee. I don't drink.
You are watching Poindexter Lounge.
Hi, you're watching Poindexter Lounge. I'm choking on chicken.
And now I'll make the point better. This joint's clever. In the lounge with Poindexter. So Poindexter Lounge, you know that we can get it in. And now I'm headed up like I'm Led Zeppelin.
Hi, you're watching Poindexter Lounge. Do you like nerd stuff? Yeah? Then you'll love this. You never know what might happen or who might show up at the lounge.
I just want to thank you for being here and being my friend. It's always good to have someone you could count on, and I'm glad you're that for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Today's episode of Poindexter Lounge brought to you by this very disturbing content. There you go. Stand for what you believe in, no matter what, in the face of no matter what. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and it is good to have you with me in the lounge tonight. Now, look, if this is your first time to the lounge, just know that the Poindexter Lounge is, say it all together, boys and girls. Oh, I can hear you. It's a rousing applause from all over the world. That's right. It's a place for nerds, by nerds, with nerds. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. It's a place for nerds, a place where you and me and my crew can get together and talk about the things that we love. Things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that get you excited, if those are things that get you doing cannonballs and hiding your content, then hey, or revealing your content, I don't know, whatever you got to do, right? You just do it. But hey, welcome. We are glad you are here. So please hit that subscribe button because YouTube is doing their darndest. I mean, their darndest to keep anybody I know from actually gaining subs right now. This is like a ridiculous problem. Like, I thought it was me. And then like all of a sudden my friends are like all, like, what is going on? I woke up to so many like subs today and then they were gone and I don't know what happened to them. And I'm like, yep. That's just another day in the life of a YouTuber. It's ridiculous. But hey, please make sure that you're still subscribed because YouTube is doing its darndest to make sure that you're not subscribed to all the channels that you love. Not just us. So, make sure that you're still subscribed to the channels that you love. All right. And while you're at it, make sure you're subscribed to the Poindexter Lounge. And if you're not subscribed to the Poindexter Lounge already, subscribe. We want you here. All right. What are you waiting for? Come on. Join the club. Glad that you guys are here tonight. Brian sees what I did there. Yeah, he was picking up what I was throwing down. You know why?
You want to hurt me? Go right ahead if it makes you feel any better. I'm an easy target. Yeah, you're right. I talk too much. I also listen too much. I could be a cold-hearted cynic like you, but I don't like to hurt people's feelings. Well, you think what you want about me, I'm not changing. I like me. My kids like me. My friends like me. Because I'm the real article. What you see is what you get.
That's right. So for all of you checking my content, welcome. I'm very glad that you're here, actually, because, well, how best can I put this? When you're here checking my content, it just helps me.
Thanks for your engagement. It really helps boost my views.
I appreciate it. Hey, welcome tonight. It is so good to have each and every one of you. Tonight's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a great night, and I can't wait to get started. That being said, first of all, we always get started by thanking our patrons. Thank you guys for your support. Appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for believing in us and for standing with us. And hey, we can never tell you how much it means to us. And also, of course, everyone who gives super chats, you guys are all very, very appreciated. Thank you guys so much for all that you do to support the lounge. And of course, all of our members. Look at there. Look at there. Hey, we need like one more member, and it'll like boost us like over this hump, man. Like I'll have to create a new way of displaying the members. So if you want to make me work, then go ahead and join the membership, and then I will have to figure out something, maybe a scrolling thing would be kind of cool. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Like a scrolling thing, like where you can see your name just scrolling up, kind of like Star Wars. But we need one more member. We need at least one more member to do it. So, hey, join the membership today. It's a lot of fun. You get some cool stuff. And yeah, you're in the running for stuff. And I was actually just talking to Nerd Cosa Nostra tonight, and we're talking about doing some kind of cool thing for the members. So get in on that. All right, we got lots to talk about tonight. Lots of fun stuff to do. I do want to go to the chat real quick and say hi. What's up? Brian Master Nunn's here. He was here first. I'm done with drama tonight. Let's have some fun. I ain't got no drama. Bro. I'm looking at him. It's Darth Brian in the back. Dat Dude Vince is here. It says, dude, my brain cells hurt. Whatever is left of them anyways. Nice. Apogith is here. What's going on, bro? Says, hey, nerd fam. Says, what up, Enosh? How was your day? The Injustice movie was terrible. I still haven't seen the Injustice movie. Apparently it leaked, and I still haven't seen it. I haven't gotten around to it. So my day was fun. I got to do Walk of Shame Part 2, but you know what? I didn't do Walk of Shame. I stood up for what I believe, and I voiced my opinions about some stuff, and that's the important thing. You should always voice your opinions. And so it was good. It was good. And I went to the chiropractor today, so that was always good. And Friday, probably Thursday or Friday, I'm going to take you guys with me to the chiropractor, and you guys can see me get stretched, cracked, and adjusted. Nerd Cosa Nostra says, hey, Enosh, and all those in the chat, let's have a good time tonight. Absolutely. What's up, Blake Taylor? Good to see you. Sorry, I'm a Dodgers fan, but I still love you. I know I got a Cubs hat on. I said I'm a Dodgers fan, and I'm near Detroit, so I'm a Tigers fan too. So I don't know where the Tigers hat went. Oh well. I just love baseball. Is that okay? What's up, Captain James Biggins? Says it's been a heck of a day. I do apologize for causing rant in the Discord. My words will give me. I didn't catch that. It's hey, no worries. Cyborg will stop you in the Discord if you get too crazy. Let's see. You Do Suck is here. Says, here we go. Jimmy is here. What's up, Jimmy? Hey man, I'm gonna do some more toy stuff. What do you guys think if I shorten my toy videos down a little bit? I think I'm gonna do these like because I got a lot of toys to get in there, and so I need to go bam, 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 bam. And so I think I'm gonna find a way to do like these quick toy reviews, like boom, boom, boom. Here it is. There it is. Watch it. There it is. There we go. Or do you like the long form? I don't know. You guys tell me. What's up, Jeff Glaffelty? I'm good, man. Cherie is here. Oh, I'm so happy Cherie is here. I love Cherie. Somebody should write a song like that. We love Cherie some more. Welcome her into the lounge. We see Cherie some more. Always glad to have her here. All right. What's up, H. Bart's my dude? There's my bro right there, man. What's going on? Love to see you, bro. Love to see you in here. Anthony Grigsby, your shirt is on the way, sir. Good day, Enosh and gang. That's a horrible. You know what? So, do you guys actually sing like "Tie Me Kangaroo Down" like in Australia? Like, I keep forgetting to ask my Australian friends this because I've got a lot of Australian friends now, and I remember singing that in music class, right? And we'd always tie me kangaroo down, sport, tie me kangaroo down. Is that like an actual thing, or is that like a horrible Americanized just garbage thing? I don't know. You tell me. I don't want to take away from your culture, my friend. But it's good to see you, my friend. Jet Marbo in the house. Jetter Custom Toys, man. It's like the best of the best tonight. It's like an all-star chat tonight. Oh my gosh, look at that guy. I love Jenner, man. I love Bruce. Bruce is awesome. Yes, Cherie, it's Clovey. Maybe now that I got a little bit of time, maybe I can actually get some like Cloverfield stuff recorded. Even Cherie's getting in on the Jarbo stuff. She goes to the Bat Marbo. Love it. Caden Reed says, this Hal chick is so monotone. Oh man, good to see you, Caden. There he is. Yep, Kermit was here. Oops, hold on. What's going on? This thing is like bouncing all over the place. Okay. You guys don't see it, but like my chat is like doing this. Like I literally picked that Kermit thing and it just jumped. So I got to get back to it. Yes, I finally got Brian with the Ryan Reynolds clip. He was backstage and he was bobbing his head. He's getting into it's just addictive, man. Like I can't help it. It's just addictive. Yeah, no Hulk. Maybe one night we'll get Hulk. What's up, Power Talk? Power Talk, man. I wanted to watch Incredible Hulk. Well, don't make me angry. Shrie's like, Enosh. What's up, Cinefinity and beyond? So, sup, Nosh? Been a while, pal. It has, man. It's good to see you. Good to see you for sure. Hey, it really is an all-star chat tonight. Early, even. Jordan Farrell, what's going on? My friend Jordan says, what's up? Guess what? YouTube took down my fan film on the Seriously? After all this time? That's dumb. That's dumb. It says, I haven't had any problems with losing the channels I subscribe to. I don't see the problem. Then again, I only subscribe to a few. Yeah, it's just weird, man. Like I have found myself unsubscribed to channels, and like at first I used to think it was like that was like a Doomcock joke, right? Like because he was always constantly talking about, people being unsubscribed. And I used to make fun of it until it started happening to me. Like literally until you wake up and like your friends are telling you, hey, I was unsubscribed, and then I found like I was unsubscribed to Dawson one day. Hey, what's up? Keely Chow says, what's going on? Good to see you. Does Meg like Peter? Actually, there's an episode that deals with that. And Meg and Peter make up and Peter tells her that he actually loves her and actually cares about her a whole lot. But he just can't show her in public, like in front of the family and stuff. And so they still love each other. Yep, absolutely. Let's see here. Oh, hey, Cinefinity and Beyond is a member. You know what that means? Enosh has to do some work. I got to do some work, and I got to now change the way that we display the members. Yay, that's a great problem to have. Welcome to membership, Cinefinity and Beyond. Fist bump to you. Let's see, what can I give you? Let's see. I think I'm gonna have some stuff here prepared here pretty soon. But let's see. Let's give you yeah, we're gonna give you some sausage. Would you like some sausage? Would you like some sausages? There you go. There's some protein for you, sir. Thank you so much, Cinefinity. We appreciate you, sir. Yes, we appreciate you. What's going on, Ali? Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat for sure. Anthony is here. Anthony Beltre, Ray Fisher, Bell Reeve is here. Bell, I know you got. You should have the link if you want to join us. If you want to join us, you're always welcome. Yep. Now I gotta work. I gotta go to work. I gotta get it done. Jenner Custom Toys. I was a member, but I had to cut a few expenses. I had to replace my driveway. It cost me $20,000. At least we were able to pay for it and not go into debt. I'll join again after the BS goes away. That $1.99 and pay for that corner. I'm just messing with you. You got to understand, Bruce is my friend, so I'm just teasing Bruce. No, Bruce. Hey, you got to take care of home, man. You got to take care of the stuff, man. I understand that for sure. I'm saving up all the super chats I can and everything I can because I gotta fix a problem with my plumbing, and because I got an upstairs bathroom and I got a downstairs bathroom underneath, and somewhere behind the wall in the upstairs bathroom we got a leak. So when we use the shower, it's leaking into the drywall on the ceiling, and so I gotta fix that. I gotta call a plumber tomorrow. So I need all I can get too, sir. I understand that for sure. And speaking of super chats, H-Bart's here with a $5 super chat. Says, Enosh, this is your last warning. Cease and desist on the Kermit intro. Just kidding. Hey, you know what? I don't think you saw this. I got a new Kermit thing for you here. You ready for this? This is for you, man.
And we'll see you next week on the Muppet Show. Yay!
Dang. Okay. Hey, Jenner Custom Toys here. Thank you so much, buddy. Says feed him. Yes, feed the monster. You know, that's for the Loch Ness Monster right there. It's Tree Fitty that Bruce gives for the Loch Ness Monster. And the Loch Ness Monster appreciates it. Yes, he does. Yes, Bell Reef says, I like to hear the pops, abs, craps. Sometimes you feel like you're going to crap yourself when it's really good. I like to hear the pops, abs, cracks from the chiropractor. LOL. That'll be fun. Yes, I do they do the Y strap thing where they connect the thing to my neck and then they just pull and it's just like, it's like, oh man, I'm gonna have to put a microphone like right here for it so you guys can hear it. It'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. What's up, Austin? Hey man, you're welcome as well, buddy. Would love to see you in here. We got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. Let's see here. Did I go robot like? I'm so sorry. Let's see. Michael Castillo is here. Good to see you, sir. Says excited for DC fandom. Excited to what they have in store for us. I keep hoping, but we're going to look at something tonight that I don't know, man. I don't know. Truth 31. What's up, Truth 31? Says hit that like button, everyone. Yes, please hit that like button. Do it now. Do it now while you're watching. Just take your little mouse or your finger and go over to the like button and just be like, bloop, and hit that like button. So it helps us. That helps us a lot. You'd be surprised how much that actually helps the channel and boosts it, gets it out there to everybody. All right. All right. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? I don't think I'm missing anybody. Okay. Well, there you go. Nice. Bruce says, Enosh, I finished my gloves for my costume tonight. They came out great. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. He says, when I was a DJ, I used to do Kermit's voice. We called him Cramit. Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, hey, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me to the program tonight. You love him. I love him. The world loves him. He's a man about town and a man of the world. All the ladies say his name. It's like floating on the wind. That's right. Say it with me, boys and girls. Brian.
You've reached the voicemail of Brian, the man with the world's largest brain. It's only one letter off. It's not brain, it's Brian. You've reached Brian. Leave a message.
Brian.
What's going on, man?
How's
up,
everybody
Darth
doing? Brian? What's up, Darth Brian?
I was feeling a little bit on the dark side today,
You were, huh?
And
You're looking like it.
I was thinking, if a tree were to fall in the forest and you weren't around to give a damn, would it matter?
I like tree.
True. I like just being able to have fun, come on here and talk nerd stuff with my friends.
I like camera.
And I love all of you guys. You're all my friends.
Cherie's over here. Brian.
Hi, Sheree. How you doing? I am doing very well. I had a good day at work. It was all right, man. Just home now. Get to relax and talk some nerd stuff with my friend because that's what I look forward to. You know what I mean?
That's what I look forward to. Speaking of look forward to, so since we just got a new member, Cinefinity and Beyond, here's a little reminder. I totally forgot to say this, but I can never forget to say this. This week's giveaway is this Batman The Long Halloween. It's all right there for you, baby.
That is rather
Somebody's
large.
gonna walk away with this. This is, and I love this. This cover is satiny.
Ooh,
like it's
I can see it. It's got like a matte finish to it. I like.
Yeah,
that.
Like I'm serious. This feels good. Like it feels good to just hold in your hand. Plus the fact that it's like, it's like, oh my gosh,
That's
it's
huge.
So nice.
I like that.
It's very nice. It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice. I like. And so yes. So somebody's gonna win this thing. All you got to do is either be a member, be a patron, or give a super chat at any time. And guess what? You're in the running for this bad boy. All right. And guess what comes next, Brian?
Ooh,
guess what comes next?
What?
Well, you know what? We might let the people decide what comes next because it's either going to be Zack Snyder's Justice League on Blu-ray, or the McFarlane Black Suit Superman.
Oh. You mean this one?
Hold on.
I got to...
Oh yes, Brian.
Kind of blurry.
Oh, yes.
Say hello to the weird shaped Henry Cavill face. But this, I lost the flight stand.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's all right.
How'd you lose the flight stand?
Nephews.
Oh.
Matter of fact, I came in and came home, and poor thing was on the floor. I was like, no. I need a taller nerd shelf. Unfortunately.
Hey, and also joining us, he. Oh, what's her name? Demi Lovato. Is that it? The singer Demi Lovato.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently she does not like our next guest because she does not believe that his nickname should ever be used. Demi Lovato has actually got a new show where she talks about aliens, and they go after ETs and UFOs and stuff. And this is real too, folks, by the way. I saw an article today where she said that she does not believe that it's right to call aliens. They should be called ETs and only ETs, because it is offensive to call ETs aliens. I'm sure the aliens, or excuse me, the ETs. But see, ET's an actual like an actual person.
Well, it stands for extraterrestrial. So
I know, but he's ET. Like, okay, she's
yeah.
She's just like, she wants to call them all ETs. No, you know what? I don't care. They're aliens. Like, what are you gonna do, man? Like, people are just like losing their minds. But hey, we got the real alien with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. What's up, man?
Right. What's up?
What's
What's
on?
up? Here you go.
I'm not liking this red. This red sucks. Blue? Hi, Ted.
There we go.
Yes, the ETs have spoken. The ETs have spoken that apparently they are offended by the term alien.
It's a very offensive term nowadays. I've spoken with the aliens myself, and they are not happy. They're very upset.
Joe Satriani surfed with them, so I mean,
yeah,
that's true. Todd Fair with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Todd. You rock, bro. You rock, man. Todd Fair in the house. I wonder what. Hey, I haven't even looked at it. I wonder what Todd is talking about today.
Is it Marvel?
Want to take a wild guess?
Let's see.
I take a stab in the dark, Enosh.
Yeah, right.
Dear Enosh, I have changed my entire opinion, and DC is king and rules forever. Thank you for showing me the light. Love and blessings, your DC brother for life. Long live Superman and Zack Snyder. Thank you so much, Todd.
Welcome to the club, fam.
Welcome to the club.
I just love to see when people have a change of heart. It's just a beautiful thing.
Oh, no. So I got to read the real one. Todd Fair with a $20 super chat. Thank you, bro. Says, Enosh, did you cry for joy like everyone else did when you saw the first trailer for Eternals? I cried. It wasn't for joy.
It was an exhaustion kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Look. You know what? Look. I like most, Marvel movies, man. I'm looking so forward to Spider-Man. I loved Black Widow like immensely. I really liked Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi was good.
Gave it a really good score. I really like that. I'll just be honest with you, man. Eternals just looks boring to me. It just looks absolutely boring. And
what?
I'm sorry. It just.
But Deviants and Salma Hayek and abs of Kamujulali Ninja.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. But here's the thing, though. See, I'm not a fan of Salma Hayek.
Angelina Jolie.
Angie.
No,
I
neither.
Kumail Nanjiani. I loved him in Stuber with Dave Bautista.
I love all of it. The Big Sick was phenomenal.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of his either. Like, I think that's the thing is like the people that they have in this movie, I'm just not really a fan of. Like, because I am not an Angelina Jolie fan at all, and Selma Hayek either. Like, I just feel like there's
Selma's funny to me. I know this is not a funny role for her.
I like it when she plays comedic roles though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She
I saw the
nails it in
Hitman's
comedies.
wife's bodyguard thing.
I wanted to see that. It looked fine.
It was all right. It wasn't as good as the first one though.
No, it wasn't. But I thought it was funny.
The first one was amazing. Like the first one was like gold.
The main thing, I'll be honest, actually, you know what?
As Todd would say, the gold standard.
You know what,
Batman
Enosh?
movies.
I actually agree with you in that she actually might have damaged that movie a little bit because it's the chemistry between Ryan and Sam that is just it's phenomenal, and she kind of made her way in there. But yeah, I still liked it.
Well, and it's weird where that movie went, because like that movie went all kinds of weird places. Like all of a sudden, like what's his name is showing up as his dad, and I'm just like,
I mean, it was great to see the reaction
there's all kinds
of Samuel Jackson to that.
Yeah, there's all kinds of twists and turns and weird things that happen. And I guess I don't mind that so much, but yeah, Selma Hayek, I just felt like got in the way of the film of that, because the first one was just absolutely brilliant.
And she was a good little addition in the jail, you know, just that funny kind of, you know, not really involved.
It's like adding too much sugar or too much salt.
A little bit.
You just need enough to you know, if you need it sweet, you just put it in there and it's sweet. And if you need some salt, you salt it up a little bit. But if you put too much, you'll know. You'll definitely know.
That's right.
Yeah, Demi Lovato will not be joining us tonight. I mean, like, look, she's welcome. Hey, Demi, if you're watching, hit me up on Twitter and I'll send you the link, and you can tell us all about the aliens. Excuse me, the ETs. That you're tracking down.
Good Lord, you're just looking at.
Well, see, I think so basically what's going to happen is the extraterrestrials.
As I sit in a room full of Star Wars stuff, right? You know, like, oh, I can't call them aliens anymore. What the heck?
Well, the thing is,
wait, does that mean? Hold on. Well, that's what I was just thinking. Like, that just hit me right in the head. Like, so are you telling me that like the movie Alien is now offensive? Demi.
Oh, Ridley's pissed.
Trying to cancel a film franchise. No, I would.
I don't even think I can go on after that. Like,
you have no idea how happy she was when they did Prometheus, and she was like, and then they went back to Alien Covenant, and she said,
"What happens?
Superman is an alien.
What happens when the said eventual aliens do come, and they have a name?"
Well, that's
so. I mean, imagine their offense then. You know what I mean? Like, we're not aliens. We're Romulans.
We're hotshot.
Yeah, we're Klingons, man. We got names. I'm Ed, and this is blah, 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 blah.
And this is Fred. Yeah. This is Fred.
When we talk like this.
We have buttocks where our face should be.
Right.
Remember that episode of South Park where the family has a butt for a face?
Oh
just ask yourself, would Paul be upset?
Did you ever see those SNL skits where they get probed? They
oh
probed
yes.
Kate McKinnon.
Oh my god,
dude! I literally fall over laughing.
Heck yeah!
They had I think it was Ryan Gosling and Kate McKinnon.
Oh yes.
And she's
so
like,
good.
They just started opening up. They didn't know what a putt was.
Like I don't know where you were, but I'm sitting there full on Porky Pig in it.
Oh my
Brian,
gosh.
have you seen this?
No.
Oh,
Brian.
Oh, man.
Brian,
I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in almost 20 years.
They have a good episode every once in
yeah.
a while. They have
Once
a
in a
good
blue
one.
moon.
This last week was not reminiscent
One of them.
of that. No, it had
You didn't think the brilliant Kim Kardashian was a highlight?
You know, it was funny. They had a people's court where it was supposed to, where like Kim played her sister Courtney, and she was like the judge, but it was like their family court, and like they got a guy playing Kanye West who comes in there, and I'm just like, you know what? I will give her this, man. She insulted a lot of her family and stuff,
She took
man,
some
in that
shots.
opening monologue. I was like,
She
whoa.
let the writers go. That's how her family felt after the monologue.
I know. I was like, man, it's not like, whoa, what's going on here? Jeez.
It was pretty. And that was pretty. That part impressed me. Other than that, I was like, all right.
So Jimmy, yes, I did check out the Dark Knight Returns figures. So a couple of things about that. So like I also, you know, so right now they've got the Batman 66 figures out, you know, from McFarlane, and I'm not really interested in those. I think they look cheaply made. I don't like the cheap. I like the ones that came out before, even though they're 6-inch scale. I like those better. And I'll be honest with you, man. I just not too long ago I got this bad boy right here.
Ooh.
And you know, some Dark Knight Superman action, you know. And this is a nice figure. And I'll be honest with you, like, I think I'm good. I don't really think that I need those McFarlane ones. Like, I don't know. There's just something like now. I've been known to change my mind once I see the actual figure. First, I'm gonna have to get a job though. my lovely wife has reminded me repeatedly this last couple of days. You know, honey, you don't have a job now, so please, you know, don't. And I have not. I have refrained from buying anything, you know, and stuff. We're still trying to figure out if we're gonna be able to go to Comic-Con on Saturday. We're waiting till the last minute, you know, to see if we could buy the tickets and get there or whatever. But we'll see. But yeah, so it's, you know, it's that thing, man. You lose your job and you're just like, okay, I got to juggle this. So I don't know. I don't know that I'll actually like even once I, you know, get a job. I don't know that. I don't know that I want those. Like, to be honest with you, like it. I've got a couple of versions of them already, and so, you know. Yeah,
that Superman's cool. I mean, he's gonna get the kryptonite arrow, and
yeah, heck yeah. Blake Taylor says that monologue was fire.
Again, like I said, her writers were on point.
Yeah, you could tell though, like it was so bad, like the reading of it, like you could tell that she was just like.
You want to know the funny part? I actually laughed out loud when Kris Jenner made an appearance. She paused for her applause. That's how. You know, you usually just keep going, you know, as an actress. So she paused and she would like. I was like, oh.
Cherie, I agree with this. Kate McKinnon is a national treasure and must be protected.
So
I love.
Good.
Listen. Okay,
she's one of the best things to come out of.
I've gone on record as saying this, and I know that this is like a hot take for everyone. Come a little closer here. Let me. Ghostbusters 2016 really wasn't that bad. Just saying.
I have another confession I'd like to make.
I agree.
Okay. I agree.
Would you like to get anything off your chest there, Alien?
Is this close enough?
I agree.
It wasn't a crime against cinema.
No, I
actually laughed.
I quite enjoyed Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones made me laugh.
I love Leslie Jones. Man.
Dude. Oh, she's another national treasure.
I feel so much better. We can talk about it now. Like we don't have any of that pretense anymore. Oh, man.
Put that woman in Justice League 2 and 3.
Please.
Put that woman in Justice League 2 and 3.
One way, shape, or form.
Bro, put her as Granny Goodness.
Well, I don't know if you can put her as Granny Goodness now, but
I mean, just a little switcheroo.
Just have her play herself. That would be fantastic.
She's just Leslie Jones sitting next to
Snyderverse.
It's all the movie's being told through her eyes. So at the end, it just zooms out through her TV as she's watching it.
Like, did you see that effing blah? Yes, Leslie, we saw it. Yes, Leslie. Yes, we saw it.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
dude,
Leslie
when she started talking about Darkseid, and she's like, what do you mean he getting the Armada ready? What's that supposed to mean? You just gotta. And then, oh man, She's our best hope for the Snyderverse being restored right now. I
Look-
say
look
we
at-
get her in charge.
Tell you what, man, we get Leslie Jones and The Rock on it. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's
It
gonna
really will.
happen, man. Come on, you know it is. Speaking of Leslie Jones, I gotta drop with her in it, man. Speaking of the Snyder cut and everything. Hold on a second.
God.
Here we go.
So sit back with your popcorn, your cold drink, and let's get back to doing what we do best. Arguing about the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, see, even Jimmy says didn't like the 2016 Ghostbusters at all, but it's grown on me. Like literally, I think if you look at it like in the idea, I think the problem is that like they didn't connect it really. Right. And so when you don't connect it, I think there's a lot of fans that just felt like, okay, you're just moving on from
You're disregarding.
Right, you're disregarding. Yeah. But you know, like everyone made a cameo in it, and I thought it was good. You know what cameo I thought was the coolest in there was Egon. Harold Ramis, well, it wasn't Egon, but it was Harold Ramis, I should say. They do because he's no longer with us, and so they have a spot where they're in the college and
Wasn't there like a bust of him or something like that?
Yeah, there's a big like gold bust of his head, and I just thought that was like so cool, like that they put that in there, and then like everybody came back, man. Everybody came back for it. So I loved the special effects in it. I mean, is it a perfect movie? No, but neither is Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, a lot of people really didn't like that movie, so.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth was fun in it. Yeah,
I love Chris Hemsworth in it, man. He cracked me up, man.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun movie. I didn't think it was terrible. And look, Paul Feig's a good director. He's a great comedy director and stuff. So I don't think I think you're right in that they were wrong in not connecting it directly. But I also thought like it showed that everybody was cool with it. Like Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, all these guys, they all showed up.
Yeah.
I feel like if they, were totally against it, they wouldn't have showed up. And so,
yeah.
But
no,
I also know
I'm happy for, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, I also know, like, hasn't Dan Aykroyd, like, said some things against the film now since it's released or something?
He's spoken out against it.
Okay,
well, because Dan Aykroyd always wanted a proper sequel to Ghostbusters. And now they're getting one because Ghostbusters Afterlife is a proper sequel to Ghostbusters. And it actually looks really good. I think it looks really cool. So it's got Paul Rudd, got the one kid from Stranger Things. He gets to put on the Ghostbusters stuff again.
That's the only thing that I'm like, I'm tired of seeing that kid.
He's in everything. Overexposure, man. No,
tired of him.
That is a thing. Like
it's like Timothée Chalamet. He's gonna be in everything now. I get tired of him.
Yeah. You do success Ghostbusters 2016 watch party. Now hold your roll.
Let's not go too far here. Now.
Wasn't going too. We got a bunch of stuff to do a watch party of first.
Jumping the shark there, man.
Before we get to that.
I like how everyone does the whole secret thing. Yeah, I agree. No, let's not watch it.
We need to watch it though.
I'm gonna watch it.
I mean, I'm just saying it wasn't as bad as everybody said it was.
You do suck says the marketing was horrible. It made it sound like the originals were connected.
That is true.
I enjoyed Ghostbusters 2 as well. Don't get me wrong. I liked Ghostbusters 2. It's just just was what
I
it
like
was.
the cartoon show better.
Really? Now, see,
I used to watch. I was a kid when it came out, so it was like that and Muppet Babies. They were on like at the same time, and I loved them equally.
And I love them.
Dude, Muppet Babies was my jam, dude.
I remember
it was like Lucasfilm, basically. It was like, they reenacted Star Wars and Indiana Jones and stuff.
Oh heck yeah!
I grew up with the
Did you like the reboot? Did you like the reboot, Brian?
They rebooted it.
Yeah, they rebooted it recently.
Oh yeah, no.
Dear God.
Venom Menace babies, we complain to you.
Just give them a
Venom
wide berth.
Menace babies, we hate each other, it's true. When you see what's kind of weird and you complain that it is there, just say you're saving pop culture and they'll believe anything. Fandom, 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 babies, 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 babies with Doomcock too.
I think it's funny you got him as Fozzie.
What I think about this is it's funny because like each character actually fits their profile. I mean, like you
More or
got
less.
you got Ryan Kindle there at the end, who's just basically a loudmouth idiot who runs around just like turning red. Then you got Mr. Kermit there. You got gosh, he just looks so angry at everything. But he thinks he's the leader, but he's constantly being undermined by somebody else. And then of course you have Miss Piggy, and then you have Doomcock, who thinks he's funny, but he's not. He does a lot of comedy bits, but they never seem to quite hit. And then you got the weirdo, and yeah.
Can I just say I miss the thrash metal Mike Zero? Like,
thrash metal Mike Zero?
Oh yeah, guys, you remember when Mike Zero had that like flowing?
Oh yeah, and that weird.
And
look
he looked like the lead singer from Slayer. I was just waiting for him to start busting out and raining blood.
What?
Yeah. It's old school Mike Zero, man. This is way back when he was positive about Star Wars content.
Cherie says we like it, not enough to watch it, but we like it.
That's kind of how I feel about yeah.
Yes, yeah, we like it. Just we're not.
I'm shocked that two things Brian just said: the Slayer comment and that Mike Zero made positive comments about Star Wars. So I'm just
he did before Mike Ryan Johnson took a shot at him.
How ugly is that baby if it needs a mask?
Face only a mother could love.
Yes. Okay. That's a disservice to pigs everywhere. How dare you? Oh man. All right. So you want to okay, so let's see. What do we got? What do we got?
Aquaman, King of Atlantis.
What a transition.
Oh dear God.
Trying to go off the rails, man. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So did you guys see this?
Oh, what?
Was it like freaking? You know what that reminds me of?
It looks like SpongeBob.
No, Powdered Toast Man.
No, Powdered Toast Man looks better than that.
Really?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll defend Powdered Toast Man all day long.
he used to fly backwards.
Oh.
I know. Powdered Toast Man was freaking awesome, man. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna get some Powdered Toast Man.
Good old Ren and Stimpy, man. But that's the kind of artwork I'm looking at here, like the Ren and Stimpy, SpongeBob-esque.
Yeah.
What's the name of the superhero on freaking SpongeBob? I never watched it.
Barnacle Man.
Barnacle Man. There you go.
That's Barnacle Boy.
Barnacle Boy, and oh crap. Somebody in the chat help.
If this was a Jeopardy question, we would have all got it wrong.
I know.
That's why I don't like the cartoon ones. I'm like, because it's all a bunch of stuff that I have no idea about.
I just don't remember it.
Dang, now I feel like I should have a Powdered Toast Man action figure, man. I'm seeing that they actually have some Powdered Toast Man action figures.
What?
Yeah, this is kind of weird. Hold on a second. So somebody's trying to get. Oh wait, they've got a Ren and Stimpy Powdered Toast Man pop figure.
What?
At GameStop right now?
Enosh, no.
Enosh.
Don't make us call Tiff.
you just speed off. The chair's still spinning and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Smoke just starts to come in.
I did not know that existed. How did I not know that existed? Okay, hold on a second here. Hold on a second. I got to show you guys this. Okay, hold on. Yeah, because I got to defend my boy.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
Mermaid Man.
Yeah,
that's what it
Man,
is.
yeah.
Mermaid Man. Merman.
It's star on his face.
Okay, hold on a second.
He did have star. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's right. His mask was star.
Okay, so I got a For some reason, I downloaded these and it just like put them all in random places all over my desktops. Now I got to like find them and like put them all back together. Okay. So I'm gonna defend my boy, Powder Toast Man, against this nonsense because look, this Aquaman looks horrible. I'm gonna stop that screen and I'm gonna share this screen because this screen is so much better.
Is
I'd rather
Momo
look at
voicing
this.
it?
Look at that guy.
Yeah, see? Powder Toast Man. That's what I'm saying.
Give him right here.
Give him a trident.
You got your toast right here, buddy.
Give him a trident. What's up?
It's still, that looks 100% better than this other thing.
I like the pop though. It is pretty cool.
What's that?
That pop looks good though.
Woo, 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 woo. Okay,
Wow.
so you got that. And then, I mean, look at him. Big old T on his underwear.
That is
Head made out of powdered toast.
That's right.
Look at that pop. Come on.
That looks cool. I like
That's,
that.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
I mean, come
props
on.
on
I
that.
didn't even know that existed, man. It's $11 at GameStop right now. Come on.
My question is though, is this Aquaman animated by the same people who did Ren and Stimpy?
No. Then of course, there he is. There he is flying.
Give him a trident and a beard. Oh Jesus.
Oh my. Oh, that's
Well, that's kind of how they rolled on Ren and Stimpy.
This was a show that kids watched. It was on Nickelodeon.
gotta love it.
The 90s were fun. And then I'd watch Doug.
Doug.
Oh Jesus. That's inappropriate enough.
Oh yeah, sorry. Should I put that behind the inappropriate? It's pixelated. You can't tell what it is. What is it? Hey, hold on. What's that thing up in the upper right hand corner? Is that an avatar?
Yep. It's a Navi.
You got to watch it for those Navis with their tails, man. Like you never know where they're coming from.
True.
Yeah, the Ren and Stimpy creator got canceled like a decade ago.
Yeah,
well, the thing was like he came back with the pop releases in January. Okay, so I got time to find a job. Thank you, Nerd Cosa Nostra.
There you go. It's on the wish list.
He said, "I got time."
I got time. There's time. There's time.
So they got a McFarlane though. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine a McFarlane action figure of Powdered Toast Man? Oh my gosh. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see McFarlane versions of Powdered Toast Man, Mermaid Man, and Barnacle Boy.
Oh, and SpongeBob and Patrick. Just all ripped, muscular. Oh,
as William would say.
I'll pass.
Fair enough.
Yep. He tossed it and leave it, and I pull up quick to retrieve it. There you go. All right. So now we had some fun. We looked at Powdered Toast Man, and now unfortunately we got to go back and look at Aquaman. Okay. Did you guys watch this first 4 minutes?
Absolutely not.
No.
Okay. So they released today the first 4 minutes online of King of Atlantis, and I watched it.
I'm sorry.
And look, I know that there's kids out there who like this kind of show. I just don't think that this show is going to win any of those kids over. Because it's Aquaman, it doesn't seem like Aquaman. They bring in Orm, like what they do is he's King of Atlantis. He's adjusting to being king. It's kind of like vaguely like right after the first movie, right? And so Orm just shows back up and challenges him again for the throne. He's just like, poof, like I challenge you to the royal, throwdown. And Aquaman looks at him and goes, is that how this works? And everybody's like, yes, that's how it works. He's like, it shouldn't work that way. Like, it's funny, right? It's like it's actually a little cute and funny and stuff, but like the animation is so ridiculous. Okay, so it's just and then like he accidentally beats Orm because like Orm comes because he's like I'm not going to do this, and so they're like, all right, because you won't fight, then Orm is the new king of Atlantis again. And like he's like, what is that how it works? Like it's absolutely how it works. And then Orm comes at him, and then like he like bonks him on the head, and it's like, and now our new king, Aquaman. And it's like. Okay. Yeah, so it's like that. It's like really like from the hip kind of thing. So this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reshare this, but without the sound, and I'm just gonna take you through some of the animation. And I'm just curious with you guys and the chat, what you think about what dang it. I still shared it with sound. Now they put the thing in there where it automatically shares the sound.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm just curious what you guys think of this. Like, did any of you guys in the chat like watch this? Or
somebody said I watched all but 3 minutes and 59 seconds of it.
So you got like the the Aquaman thing here. Birds.
Like a Boyd.
Yeah. Let's see. And that's it, folks. That's your. It is produced by James Wan. I'm shocked at that.
Shocked.
I'm absolutely in shock that this is produced by James Wan. Director of 2018's Aquaman and its upcoming sequel, the animated, which scares the heck out of me because he said they've all said that the next Aquaman movie is going to be like off the chain, ridiculous, crazy. And I just don't know. The animated miniseries is intended to be a more lighthearted, comedic take on the character, focusing on his struggle to adjust to being king. This DC property is a fan favorite, rich with well-known characters and dynamic storylines, says Sarah Aubrey, head of original content for HBO. Of Aquaman, King of Atlantis, when it was first announced, on the heels of Warner Brothers Pictures' box office smash hit. On the heels, it's been how many years now since Aquaman came out?
4 years.
4, yeah.
It says, we are certain Aquaman King of Atlantis will be an exciting addition to our already robust slate of kids and family programming. I'm sorry, Sarah. I don't think anybody's going to watch this.
No.
Hey,
I think you said it best. This and Bat Wheels, I don't think even kids want that.
No.
I'd rather watch the one about the pets.
Oh, that one at least looks good.
That's the most intriguing.
So there you go. The first episode of the series, titled Dead Sea, will stream on October 14th on HBO Max. So
All
are
right.
there any comments? There's no comments, of course. There's no comments. So I'm curious, what does the chat say? So Aquaman 2 is going to be Thor Ragnarok situation where it's a complete comedy. Yes. Cherie says no. There you go.
No.
Enough said.
Jimmy says, how has animation regressed since I was a kid? Samruti says BS.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of stop myself before I end up looking like one of those people who don't like Lower Decks.
Uh-oh. I know. It's hard, man, because I like Lower Decks.
It's not for me. Like, it's just like, cool, man.
This is definitely not for me. I don't know, man. This doesn't even look as good as SpongeBob to me. I like SpongeBob, actually. Like,
well, and that's the thing. Kids already have SpongeBob. What do they need this for?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if there's a crossover, what if there's a crossover?
I was gonna say, is this canonical? Do we have to watch this to know what's going to happen in the next one?
No, but I probably.
That's why I love the DCEU. Thank you.
I love Cherie. He's like, I think I was happier when the internet went out for 6 hours. He's like, I want my that dude Vince says, I want my money back. Which one? Yes. Actually, I have that drop of the. Yes, I know this is a thing. Yep. I don't know if I can even say that though anymore. Hey, thanks, Nerd Costa Nostra. You have a good night, bro. Thank you, man, for being here. Yeah, I don't know, man. This just Sheree says yes. The entire cartoon shouldn't work this way. Yeah, I just. Comic book Craig movie says, I get that this is meant for kids, but what is wrong with making the animation a story good so adults can enjoy it too? Kids don't need silly animation. Look, I don't want to say that necessarily because I think that there's room for everything, but I just don't know about this, man. It just seems so that was an airplane.
That's weird.
Was that whose house was that? Who had an airplane flying over? Was that you?
Maybe.
That was kind of weird.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like
I just heard it in stereo in my ears. Like it literally went from like one side to the other. And it was like
it might have been me because I didn't hear it.
Okay, yeah,
and
it's
I had
probably
my
you.
headphones in.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird.
Well, there's a new Star Trek show coming out called Star Trek Prodigy, and it's made for kids, but it's CG. And also, Chakotay's coming back.
I heard
Robert
that.
Beltran. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. I love Chakotay, but no, like, so it's the same thing. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it or not. Like, but I mean,
it's kind of like a Jimmy Neutron a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Like Bradley says, they did say it's canonical. So that Batman cartoon, I bet you that Batman cartoon that they do, I bet you that'll be serious. I bet you that one they'll take serious, right? I'd almost bet you money right now that is going to look good, and it's going to be just fine. But look at the Superman one. Like, why is it that they're doing like everything else but Batman, like in these silly tones? I don't know.
Because
I don't want to be negative because
you still got bat whales. That's pretty damn silly.
Well, this is such a hard topic to be negative about because to not be negative about because there's a lot of animosity towards the studio with regards to the content that they have been putting out or selecting over, what we want, kind of deal. So, I mean, I understand that part of it, but like, I don't know. I didn't watch SpongeBob because I was too old. Like it just was for me. It wasn't for me. Like I was watching football and I was into girls. Like this is completely different, man. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Michael Castillo here says that's awful. It had so much potential if they would have gone with a different animation and with a more serious tone. With animation, you can explore Aquaman's world so much more.
Mm.
And I agree. Like it would have been nice to have seen a serious take, but this is what we got. So I don't know. I like I said, I'm gonna try to be chill. I agree, Cherie. Cherie says, even for kids, I feel like they are constantly underestimated and their content is just dumbed down. And
yeah, nobody
needs
that. Nobody needs that.
I agree. So time will tell. Time will tell. I guess it comes out on the 19th. So time will tell if,
I think I can tell, but sure, we can say time.
Yep. Jimmy says, what's going to fail more, though? This or that new Superman animated series that's coming out?
Is that the Superman animated series?
Let me see the first 4 minutes of that.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you. Then I'll tell you how I feel. Yeah, because right now, I mean, there's just no way to know.
It's like Star Wars Visions. I mean, I liked some of it.
I just don't know I just don't know, like, because everybody's talking about the trench, right? And like that was a concept that like was very scary. It was going to be like horror movie. Like they were literally going to make a horror movie out of the trench. How do you go from like the next thing being a horror movie like the trench to that?
It's a little thing called studio executives. They're small, upset people that just make terrible decisions all the time.
What's up, T.W. McKay? What's up, my brother?
Yes, sir. Go Giants.
And then someone said King of Atlantis, and I went, no. Well, I guess I gotta find this, man, because like I have no idea where to find it.
Apparently, yeah.
I haven't seen it. Like apparently the entire world has seen Injustice except for me.
Literally, yeah, same. People were
I
telling me
haven't-
today.
yeah.
Somebody told me don't watch it. I'm like, how did you see it? And then they wouldn't tell me. I'm like, you suck.
You know what I do want to watch though? You know what I do want to watch? I want to watch Scream 5.
Ooh.
Whoops. Yeah, Scream
Ooh.
5. 11422.
Yeah.
No?
I said it in the chat earlier today, in our discussion.
Everybody has seen Injustice but me.
Everyone. Yep.
No, I'm more of a I know what you did last summer guy.
Oh, well, yeah, that's nice too. I mean, that's good too, but you know,
Scream.
I just think this is going to be cool, man. I like the Scream series. I actually just went through the Scream series with my kids actually recently because they all like scary movies and stuff, and so I mean, like, look, it follows a formula, right? But here's your new poster.
Hello, Sydney.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
look,
always
I saw the
someone
first
you
one.
know is the tagline. It's always someone you know.
I saw the first one, Scream, but I'm mainly interested, obviously, because of the scary movies.
Mm-hmm.
Is David
that's where I
Arquette
got
gonna be in
my-
it?
Yeah,
It looked like it. Yeah. He's got a
Oh,
beard
nice.
now. Yeah, well,
Courtney
that's what
Cox.
I like the continuation, man. I like how they kind of keep that together. I think it's funny how like the killers always have the same outfit and the same knife. I mean, they just happen to find the exact same thing. Now, did you guys ever watch the TV show that was on MTV of Scream?
No.
So it was a completely different place. It was a completely different scenario, completely different people, and completely different mask and everything. And it was all right. The first season was good. The second season, not so much. They tried to do it a second season, and it just died for me. Like I
Was
never...
it just called Scream, or was it that Scream Queens thing? I remember.
No, it was called Scream. It was called Scream.
Oh,
It was
okay.
yeah. It was supposed to
Okay.
be like an adjacent story to this. Like it wasn't connected at all, but it was like there was murders happening at a high school, and they were going after one girl, and the first season was actually pretty good. Second season, man, was awful. I mean, it just died a horrible death, no pun intended. I mean, it was just bad. And so, yeah, the show was rough. Yeah. Now, we also got this Chucky series coming up. Is anybody interested in the Chucky series?
I'm not a scary movie person per se, so I never really watched any of the Chuckies.
Did they do a season 3, Caden? Oh, that's right. They did a different story, didn't they? I think they did, and I didn't watch that one, Caden, because they lost me at 2, and then I think my wife tried to watch 3, and like she never got through it. Like it just wasn't happening. But yeah, so we got some pictures though from the new Scream. So here's a look at Nev Campbell. Well, here's the actual article, I guess. Did it go to the article? It didn't show the article, did it? No. Okay.
No.
So it took me to the article. So here is the Entertainment Weekly picture. There's Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox. Got a couple things done to her face there. Here's side by side from like when they first started this series to now. I always liked it because Wes Craven did this, and I'm a big Wes Craven fan. Now, obviously, he's not with us anymore, but
No, the first one was it was a cultural like touchstone. Yeah. Like there's a reason why they made parody after parody of these movies. Like it was that, and like I know what you did last summer. Like they all came out in like the late 90s. It was like the horror resurgence.
But here's a question: who has a home phone anymore?
Oh yeah, no one.
Yeah,
no one.
Question for the chat right now: do you guys have a home phone? I gave up my home phone like years ago because it was pointless. It was pointless to continue with a home phone because even when we had our home number, we never used it. We didn't even have anything plugged in. Todd Fair here with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Todd. Says, Enosh,
Hey.
what do you think about the likely success of a rebooted Quantum Leap? Dude, now you're
Oh, now you hyped him up.
Now you're speaking his language.
Right?
Todd.
Yeah, you talking now. Uh-oh.
Hey, now, Todd. Now, now we're cooking with oil, man. We're cooking. We're cooking with gas, man. That's good stuff right there. Like, I am all about that, Todd. Todd, Quantum Leap is one of the greatest things ever, man. And I'll tell you what, I am so down for a reboot of and maybe not even a reboot, but like I would love more continuation. But honestly, I'll take a new show. But I don't even know that like a reboot would do as well without Sam or without
Scott Bakula.
Scott Bakula. You gotta have Scott Bakula involved, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, man, dude. Todd. Yes. I hope it would be successful. It's got a great underground following.
Yeah.
It's got a great underground following, man. People love Quantum Leap. Even look, you drugged Scotty out. Scotty's like, I must comment.
Quantum Leap. What's up, man?
What's up?
Hey.
What? Scotty's like, oh, these fools talking about Scream and Aquaman and stuff. I ain't got no time for that. What, Quantum Leap?
I'm here. I'm here. What's up?
What's going on now? Enosh, you talking about
Scotty,
Quantum
what's
Leap.
going on, dude?
Come on, you can't pull that out on me. Like Scotty was just sitting at home like,
There's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong at all. You're not in any difficulty, but you're out on bond.
No, I'm not.
Quantum Leap.
No, not.
Quantum Leap.
I love that.
Like,
Well, that's interesting. So then, do you think they would bring Scott Bakula and everybody back in the as the main characters, or do you think they bring them back with like new main characters and kind of just include? How do you think they would work it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question, man.
I'd like to see him finish off freaking Enterprise, but that's just me. Captain Archer, man. Poor Thumbs, little dog.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know, man. I would hope. Look, if they do got to pass the torch or something like that, I would just hope that they keep Scott involved, like that. You know that I mean that he's still in there, man. That they don't they don't take him out of there. You know that he's a major part of what to do. Because I think one of the things that makes that show so good is the fact that he's in it. Is the fact that of what he did. So in that show. So man, dude, I'm totally down for that. Totally down for that. Let's see. Let's see, man. I stopped and like, here comes Cherie says, I love Scott Bakula. I loved him on Enterprise. You Do Suck is like, yeah, brother. Everybody's saying hi to Scotty over here. TW saying hi to Scotty. Scotty's been switched on. He says that's pretty. He says that's pretty accurate. I was like sitting here like, these fools talking about this. What, Scott Bakula and Quantum Leap? I'm in.
Say no more. Let's do this.
Yes. Dad Dude Vince says I'm a huge Scott Bakula nerd. We're both from the St. Louis area, and I loved most of his movies, TV shows. Heck yeah. You Do Suck says I'm not. I don't see Dean Stockwell coming back. He's still alive. He's still alive, and he has a love for it. You could find something for him, I think. You know, I mean, I don't know the state of his health right now. So, but
well, it seems like these guys are. It seemed like I think one of them said they were pretty. I don't know if it was Scott Bakula or somebody else. Said that they were pretty interested in returning if they were going to do it.
No, what's going to happen is they're going to recast as the female lead, and yeah, it's 2021.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's pretty well, but they could do it as his daughter, Sam.
That would be interesting,
and I would actually be fine with that. Yeah, Scott could be the new Ziggy, right? He could be the new Ziggy. Man, give me some Quantum Leap action figures. That's what I need in my life. Can't buy them right now.
Crowdfund them. Let's go.
Crowdfund them, man. That's how I'm going to get to Comic-Con. Crowdfunding.
Right.
Silent Scotty says, I thought the Enterprise Mirror Universe episodes were the best of any of the Mirror Universe
Facts
across Star Treks.
True. I like the Deep Space Nine ones, but that was like well after the Terran Empire had failed. But the Terran Empire at the height of their power, and how they at the beginning of that episode they recreated the end of First Contact, and instead of giving him the live long and prosper, he just pulls out a gun and shoots him. It's like, wow. Yeah. Enterprise was legit, like, dude. Straight up.
Yeah,
this
heck
was a great
yeah,
show.
it was. Heck yeah, it was. So here's some of the people in the new movie. Nobody really there that I recognize.
Oh, there's okay. So that's the kid
guy.
from 13 Reasons.
Who is? Which one?
Blonde. Yep.
This
that's
guy.
The kid,
okay.
Yeah, it's the kid from 13 Reasons. Is it Jack Quaid? And I don't recognize anybody else.
I don't really recognize anybody there.
I just see a bunch of dead people.
Yeah, right. I see
it's a horror
people.
movie. I think they're all dead
people.
I see a bunch of characters.
Here's former WCW champion.
Oh God.
Will.
Oh yeah.
I know about wrestling. I know about that.
I was like, who the heck is that? Oh, yeah.
Former WCW champion David Arquette.
His death match that he was in.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did like some wrestling the last few years, and he got into the cage with Nick Gage, who was like one of the most hardcore dudes, and like he actually like cut him with the light tube. Ooh. Yeah, David Arquette was pissed, but he got into it like with the glass tubes and barbed wire and all that shit. Crazy.
Bradley says Jenny Ortega is a good actress. DS says very good young cast. I'm excited for this. And Cherie says, whispering, I see dead people. So there you go. But yeah, it's got David Arquette there. Here's I think this is the trailers tomorrow.
No trailer tomorrow.
Wait, hold on. When was this? That was 11 hours ago. So apparently there's a new trailer tomorrow. So we'll get our
today.
Today,
right,
yeah.
Maybe it'll drop while we're on the.
Maybe if it drops, we'll let you know. But here's some pictures right here. Of course, there's the man himself.
Oh wow! Looks like a hospital.
I used to have one of those masks. It was glow in the dark, but this is before Scream. Like, yeah.
I always like the fact that it could be anybody. You know, like you never knew who it was going to be. It was always trying to figure it out. Tiffany talks about how her dad, the first time he ever saw Scream, he figured out who the killer was right away, because the first appearance of the guy who's in the mask or whatever in the first one, what's his name? There's the two guys, right? But the one guy comes in and they're playing "Don't Fear the Reaper," and he said to Tiffany, "That's the killer." And Tiffany's like, "What are you talking about?" Because she had seen it before, so she was trying to play like all coy and everything. And he's like, "Nope, that's the killer. They're playing Don't Fear the Reaper. They're telegraphing it." And sure enough, that's who it was. Knight Rider deserves a reboot.
Better than the one that we had.
Knight Rider's tried
Ford
several
Mustang.
times, man.
Ford Mustang. Yeah, how you gonna reboot that show with a Ford Mustang?
I don't know, man.
Makes my car loving blood boil. I'm sorry. It's just the original car was a Trans Am.
Yeah, heck yeah, it was. Heck yeah, it was.
That's General Motors, not Ford.
Brian has spoken.
Pop it. Twist it. Roll it. Roll it. Harder. I said harder. Why'd you stop?
I didn't expect that. That was good.
All right. So there's the man himself. Like, it's got that classic look to it. There they are. So we got some pictures here.
Dang.
Corny Cox.
That time's been good to Nev Campbell.
Is it back to the original house? Like, that looks like the original house, doesn't it? Like, people do the stupidest things in horror movies, don't they? Like, I'm just going to leave my door open. Like, I'm sure the kid won't, like, pop on through. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna play with knives while I talk on the phone, just like in the original movie.
I just need a remake of The Omen that doesn't suck.
Ooh, I would love a remake of The Omen.
The one with
Omen's one of my favorites.
Liev Schreiber or whatever. Like that one was okay.
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, but like
It wasn't terrible. But
maybe a sequel to that. Like that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Time's been very kind to Neve Campbell. She looks great.
Yeah, she does. As long Cherie says, as long as it's not a Tesla. For
I'm sorry, Michael.
Knight Rider will have a cyber truck.
It'd be one of those Tesla trucks.
They've been talking about a movie or something again with getting the Hoff back, and I just don't know, man. Like, I love Knight Rider to death, man. Knight Rider was my jam growing up, and I just don't know.
Knight Rider with Hoff again?
Oh, wow. Yeah. They talked about bringing him back in some capacity. Yeah, because I mean, he's kind of like, it was him in the car, man.
He is, yeah. He's known for it, but
that's my only concern about a Quantum Leap reboot is that they just totally disregard Sam and just do a whole new thing, and if they do that, I don't know that it's going to be as good. I don't know that it's going to, work.
They're going to do that to the Highlander. Just watch. And everybody's going to be like, oh my God, they ruined Highlander, killed my childhood.
David Hasselhoff in the SpongeBob movie was God tier cinema.
They ride his...
when he gets poked in the butt, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I liked him in Euro Trip. That was like, peak Hasselhoff right there.
I just saw a music video.
He's passing his last off.
Dude, I just saw a music video with him doing redoing Sweet Caroline.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now imagine David Hasselhoff in a white shirt on a hill mountaintop with sunglasses, looking at the camera and going, hands, touching hands.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah.
Touching you.
Oh, just because the dance movements like this,
he's got the shirt unbuttoned a little bit.
Exactly.
That's hanging out. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Classic.
In fact, deep
V's
there he
back.
goes. Oh man,
he's bringing sexy back one day at a time.
You see those little chest hairs?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I got that. Yeah. Little hamburger meat right there.
My God.
Right there. Tiffany likes that.
It's already turned into. It's only been an hour and 27 minutes. Is it time to show my nipple ring?
It's already getting sexy in here. Oh
yeah, we got Scotty back. You guys are killing me tonight.
That's good. That's good. It's better than making you angry, because who the hell wants that?
No, yeah, I mean, sure. Hold on, wait. I like the last Knight Rider series. That I don't know why that hit me funny, just like watching that, because like it kind of reminded me of the Transformers thing.
Oh
God. I'm just imagining them like trying to say that like Kit was like part of the Knights of the Round Table or something.
Hey,
Michael, we must try to get Excalibur, Michael.
Anthony Hopkins just telling them about Kit. Did you know Kit?
The voice of Kit is still alive. Yes, he is. He is. That's what's his name? Well, of course I'm roboting. I'm talking about.
We were talking about Knight Rider. It seems
talking about Knight Rider, man. Come on, baby. We gotta talk about. Knight Rider. We gotta go deep V's and roboting. Ooh, yeah, and eat hamburgers while drunk.
Okay.
Right? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Hey, man. If I was rich and famous.
Now, see, she shifty gives him. I would have done it. Says they played Sweet Caroline on Walmart radio one time while I was grocery shopping, and it took every bit of my willpower to not yell out "ba ba ba." Dude,
I hear it every day at work, so it's like it's part of the soundtrack.
You just got to do it, man. You just got to do it. Ba ba ba. Good times never seem so good.
Again,
I like that.
Now,
I like that part in Ted too.
I do a pretty good Neil Diamond. You ready for this? Love on the rocks ain't no big surprise. Just pour me a drink and I'll tell you some lies. Yesterday's gone, now all I want is a smile. First they say they want you, ooh, how they really need you. Suddenly you find you're out there, walking in a storm. Then when they have you, they really have you. Nothing you can do or say. You gotta leave, just get away. We all know the song. Gave you my heart, gave you my soul. You left me here with nothing to hold. Yesterday's gone. Now all I want is a smile. Hey, thanks, man.
Oh,
Thanks for coming in.
good?
Appreciate it. Thanks. That was cool. That was cool.
That was beautiful.
What,
Yeah, Neil Diamond.
What is this? If you can't do Dry Your Eyes after inhaling an ounce of cocaine, you can't do Neil Diamond. What? I don't
Hello,
even know
my
what that
friend.
means.
Hello.
Hello, my friend. Hello. Now, when Tiffany and I got engaged, I played that song over the loudspeaker. Like I've played you guys before my when we got married, and that video is funny because we set up this whole thing in the middle of the mall, and mine and Tiffany's song is "Lucky" by Jason Mraz, and we sing it, to each other. And so, but I had about 150 people waiting for her. And so they all came down this escalator. And while they were coming down the escalator, hello, my friend. Hello.
It's like Saving Silverman. Yes.
I told for all you wrestling fans, I lied to her that day by telling her, because like we were supposed to get together with friends, and I put this elaborate ruse together. So I ended up having to leave, and she didn't know. And I was going to the mall, and we had friends from out of town, and I told them all, I said, just meet me out at the mall. Now my friends were in on it, obviously. And so they had gotten her out of the house for a second, and I left while she was, out of the house. And so we all meet up at the mall. I got 150 people upstairs in the food court, and she's in the main part down by the fountain. And my buddies were there in the middle, and I told her to meet me there. She's like, well, why are we meeting at the mall? It was because it was the weekend of the Royal Rumble. And I told her that there was a contest going on, that they were giving away 4 tickets to WrestleMania that year. And so I wanted to go sign up for that anyways. And so I'd meet them at the mall, and we figure out where we're going to eat or whatever with our friends. And so, so it was hilarious because she gets there, and I had like all these wrestling theme songs playing throughout the mall. My buddies had set up a sound system and stuff, so it's like Big Show's theme, and I hear voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me, right? And so she sits there, she's listening to all this stuff, and my buddy just comes up out of nowhere and hands her a microphone, and she's like, she sees Bud, she's like, what is this? And he goes, you'll know. And then all of a sudden, the wrestling music comes down, and it's like, hello, my friend, hello. Just called to let you know I couldn't sleep at all tonight. I'm here at home by the phone. Hello. And so all of our friends and family and everything starts coming down. The boys came down and gave her roses and stuff, and then that music stopped, and then I had like a track for the song without the people singing it. And so I'm up at the top with my mic and start floating down to her singing, do you hear me? I'm talking to you across the water, across the deep blue ocean, under the open sky. Oh my. And baby, I'm trying. And then she's supposed to sing her part because it's a duet. And she was losing it, man. She was bawling. It was awesome. And
that's so cool.
Then we got engaged with about 400 people watching, because there was like all kinds of people like with their cell phones out and stuff. So somewhere, I'm sure on the internet, there's people who have posted on something like, hey, this happened at the mall today. And I'll never see that.
I'll never.
It's on Facebook somewhere, I'm sure.
There you go. There you go.
I
I'm
like
sure it is.
the reference. I always like the Neil Diamond references in movies, like
Saving Silverman?
Lost and Found with David Spade, where he redid Brother Love's Travel and Salvation show. I still love that. I mean, that was like the one David Spade movie that I actually enjoyed. Artie Lang.
Yep. So, and then of course, Saving Silverman. Saving Silverman is like the ultimate Neil Diamond comedy thing. One of my favorite movies.
We stole it from when he was taking a whiz.
I will say this. One of my favorite movies, hands down, is The Jazz Singer. I love The Jazz Singer. I introduced Tiffany to The Jazz Singer, and I don't know why, but like when that movie came out in the early 80s, I was a kid and I loved it back then. I don't know if it was just the songs, the music.
Is that the one that had America in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everywhere around the world, they come into
America.
Oh, we're coming to America.
They come into America. They come into America today.
Yep.
Today. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing, of thee I sing today. Da-da-da-da, today.
The big one I used to like was oh yeah, Solitary. So, don't know what I will, but I can't find whatever how it goes. But Solitary Man, that's the one I like.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, that one. That one.
I like.
I remember listening to
Kentucky Woman. That was good. Deep Purple did a nice cover.
Silence Guy says we have really got off the rails here.
Hour and a half in. That's a record.
Right? Yeah, talking about Neil Diamond.
we're singing Neil Diamond tunes, man. Like it's always when is the
Can't
like
go
like
wrong with that.
SpongeBob said. The right time to sing a Neil Diamond song is all the time.
Well, that and Tom Jones. I mean, you can never go wrong with Tom Jones.
Not unusual to be loved by anyone. Not unusual
like anyone. When I see you hanging about with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry. I wanna die. Oh yeah, dude. That reminds me of Mars Attacks. Like that was like the funniest part of the whole damn movie.
Paul says rails. Says rails. Where we're going, we don't need rails.
Yeah, if you ask Neil Diamond, we snorted those hours ago. No.
That dude Vince says, nah, we just moved the rails.
That was a drug
ABBA.
reference. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh,
there you
ABBA.
go.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. That is a guilty pleasure.
Love ABBA.
You are the dancing queen. Feel the beat of the tambourine.
Some hot Swedish chicks, man. Yeah.
You can dance. Yeah. Oh my god. Having the time of your life. Oh my god,
dude! After I watched that Bee Gees documentary, I went on a Bee Gees kick for a hot minute.
Dude, Bee Gees one of my all-time favorite. I'm like, honestly, I don't know if this is a hot take, but I'll take the Bee Gees over the Beatles.
Well, I had no idea how much like Andy Gibb has done like musically aside from the Bee Gees.
Oh yeah,
dude, he's done like tons of music soundtracks for movies and stuff, and like he's written songs. Like I think he wrote a couple songs for Celine Dion and stuff. Like, yeah,
he's good.
Okay, so I'm just gonna post something here real quick.
That one was just sad because it was like at the end, Barry was all,
he's all
talking about and talking about just how some of the things he wished he would have made up with his brothers sooner and stuff. It was just like, ugh, how sad.
Yeah, there was a lot of acrimony between that. Like they'd played since the '60s together, man. That was just nuts, man.
All right, let's see. I need. Yeah, man, I love me some ABBA. I love me some Bee Gees. It just like it's so underrated. People.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. That's the best soundtrack. I think this is the best selling soundtrack in all time. Is Saturday Night Fever. Like,
yeah, people just don't appreciate it sometimes, man. But like, dude,
you should be dancing.
yeah, you should be dancing.
Yeah. What you doing in the night? I still love that song. I'm like, yeah. And then they see John Travolta just start cutting a rug out there.
Right.
Dude, John Travolta could dance his ass off. That was all him.
What you doing?
I like how Quentin Tarantino made a nice little dancing scene for him in Pulp Fiction just because he knew, you know. Like,
That was a good scene too.
Phenomenal scene. Oh, that whole movie is one of my favorite movies ever. I know, right? Slug in his socks and everything.
Royale with cheese. Le Big Mac.
Royale with cheese.
Okay, so this is all I'm going to say about this because I don't even think it's a story. This whole Superman thing today, it is what it is. People are losing their minds. Like I got my own feelings about it, but it's not over what happened or like any of that. It's I want to talk to some of my friends who are gay or bisexual and how they feel about the whole Superman thing. But this shows like how just ridiculous stuff is. Lois Lane is trending today. Not Lois Lane. Lois Lane.
I didn't know it was Lewis Lane. I didn't know. Oh, wait, so is he's related to Lois Lane?
No,
it's a play on the fact that they made Superman's son bisexual.
But actually, it's not even that, Brian. It's that people just don't know how to spell. Because that's what I thought at first, and it's not. It's literally just people going super. Because first of all, people don't realize that it's not like Superman. It's not Clark Kent. It's Jonathan Kent, his son. Right. Okay. But the thing is all these people are posting Superman loves Lois Lane, period, because they think that it's Clark Kent. Because I'll be honest with you, DC did a horrible job. Actually, I wouldn't say they did a horrible job. They knew exactly what they were doing. To me, it's not that they made Superman, well, Jonathan Kent Superman bisexual. That like I'm not worried about that at all. That
it's inconsequential.
It's very inconsequential. What the problem is for me is I feel like DC did it as a publicity stunt because they're using the Superman IP to try to sell some comic books. You know, I mean, when the first thing you see is just him, you know, like just saying Superman is this. Well, most people don't realize that Superman right now is Jonathan Kent in the comics.
But is that necessarily like I mean, I see what you're saying, but is that like I mean, I don't think that's always a bad thing. You know what I mean? To do something. I don't know. It's weird to say like yes, obviously you can kind of see there might be an intent behind it to boost comic sales, but I don't know. I don't see it as a necessarily bad thing in this situation.
No,
I don't know.
I'm
It just seems
not just yeah.
And that's fine.
You do. I understand. I just feel like sometimes, and we kind of talked a little bit about this earlier tonight. I was talking with a friend of mine. And it was kind of like, you know, I don't know. It's a weird thing to say because it's like, yeah, they are probably using all of that just to boost comic sales, but then at the same time, it does help comic sales. I do want comics. You know, somebody brought up tonight, you know, like Superman was talked about. This whole thing was talked about on TMZ today. Like, you know, the publicity of it.
It got people talking.
Exactly.
I think it's the misinformation about it, though, is the problem, right?
Yeah.
Because it was obvious that like they were trying to deter, like they weren't coming out and saying who it was, right? They were just putting it out there as Superman, like, and that was to spark. I just don't feel that was to spark like a good thing because DC is just kind of known for these gimmicks. Okay. And that's the problem. Like literally I was just in the comic book store the other day and I was sitting here like thinking to myself, like looking at what was on the rack and I'm like, all that's being put out right now is like gimmick books. Like it's all these like 6-issue miniseries, right? Like that like have nothing to do with anything. They're not really connected to the real world, like continuity or whatever. They're all just these little things. Even the ones that I like. I mean, you got Batman 89, you got Superman 78, which I'll be honest with you, I just read both the second, comics. I don't know if anybody's reading those. They just started doing silly stuff in that too, and I was just like,
oh no.
Oh, come on.
I heard everyone say great things about the first one.
The first one was great, and then there's like all these like corny jokes, and it's I mean it was getting pretty weird, and then like it didn't really even like move at a right pace. You know what I mean? Like it was really strange the way that it moved, because like Superman, the Brainiac comes to Earth. I'd have to pull it out and show it to you, but like Brainiac comes to Earth, and like everything is just like it just happens, and all of a sudden like Superman is sacrificing himself, like he's gonna like give himself up for the planet or whatever. And it's I don't know, it's just really weird. There's like a lot of callback jokes to the movie, right? To like Superman the movie and like Superman 2, where it's like they're just repeating lines from the movie at this point. Right? And it's like and then Batman gets like somebody killed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like Batman, like he admits like that he was bored, and he goes after like these low level like people, and like there's like a shootout, and this kid gets shot off of a railing, like off the side of a building, and falls to his death. And Batman's like feeling horrible about it, and I'm just like, wait, what?
What? Yeah.
What is this? Like, this is weird. And there's actually a pretty decent story with Billy D. Williams as Two-Face. Like, he's not Two-Face yet; he's Harvey Dent, and he's trying to like he's connecting with the neighborhood that he grew up in and stuff. And they talk about how there's two Gothams: there's the haves and the have-nots, and stuff. And like that's pretty good. But like they basically got a kid named Drake, which I'm guessing his name is really Tim Drake.
Right.
And he's dressing up as a character. Okay, and this is how bad it is.
Yeah.
He dresses up a character that looks very much like Robin. Okay. And he beats up these guys who are obviously supposed to be a take on the Batman gang from The Dark Knight. Okay. Like one even has the little blue, mask, the Batman mask, because like these are like Batman vigilantes and everybody's claiming to be Batman. Right. And stuff. And so like they start fighting, and like they're gonna steal, like, but these Batman people, like they see that like there's like a PlayStation or something like that in the window of a store, and so like the one guy goes, well, I'm just gonna take this, right, like because we're out here doing good, so we deserve it. And so he breaks it, and here comes Drake dressed in like this. It almost looks like a Robin version of Unbreakable, like the rain slicker that he has, right? He's got that kind of thing on. He's got a thing over his face, and like he just beats these guys up, boom, 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 right? And then so one of the bad guys say, "Who is this guy?" And it's like, and somebody else goes, "That guy was Robin." And like he keeps trying to say that like they were robbing this. He was robbing the store, because they try to put it off on Drake that he was robbing the store when these other people come in. And the one guy goes, he's Robin, and he punches him in the face, but it's Robin, Robbin. So he says, he's Robin. He's Robin. And he gets punched in the face. And the other guy says, yeah, man, he's Robin. Punched in the face. Somebody else, hey, he's Robin. And he punches him in the face. And then like when they're done, there's these little kids who are sitting there, and like they're like, who was that guy? And somebody goes, I thought I heard him say that he was Robin.
Yeah.
His name was Robin. And like then it shows like Tim Drake like walking away, and he's got like a grin on his face, right? Like listening to that. And then one of the kid goes, no, you're stupid. They were saying that he was robbing the place. Right. And so it's like, what?
Yeah.
But like I said, like my issue, but that's kind of my thing is like, I don't have a problem with them doing this. Like if this is what they want to do and it makes sense for the character, that's fine. It's just so like, there's no setup to it. There's no anything to it. It's just like, hey, by the way, here it is, and this is what we're doing, and to splash it all over the place. You know what I mean? Like it's like, I just don't feel that to me, it didn't feel like a natural progression as somebody who's followed the character. But then besides that, I don't even care about that because, like, you know, maybe he realized that he was bisexual and he just comes out, right? That's fine. But the way DC does stuff, it just seems like such pandering. It's just like the whole Black Superman thing where it's like, hey, we want to do equality, but it's like they just don't do it right. Does that make any sense? Like,
I mean, look, I'm split, and you know, to be honest, I don't know. It's I just because look, I'm bi. I don't really care that much about it, but I will say like I'm probably the main thing about it that I can think of that like it's cool to see like one of the strongest superheroes, like one of the main superheroes, be representative of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't followed the character of John Kent at all, so I don't know how you know if they're just kind of like throwing it, you know, in there or if you know, I don't know. I don't know. So for me, I'm just kind of I'm just like split. It doesn't really like affect me in any way. I don't really care that much.
But do you think though it would have been better though for and I'm asking you because you know so do you think though that it might have been better if they had like made it clear like who the character was instead of just trying to use the IP of Superman to like make this like shocking statement that like Superman is bi, right? And then it it gets all this riled up stuff, you know what I mean? Like, oh, what the heck? Because people don't
it triggers
know
the people who are gonna be like, you know,
that's the thing.
exactly.
It's like Jonathan Kent, you know, they didn't come out and say Jonathan Kent is bi. It's like Superman is bi, and so like that's going to rile up everybody because everybody's got a, you know, the classic Superman. Then now there's people like who literally even now because they don't take 2 seconds and do a Google search and just find out what's actually going on, so they automatically go off about how they think, you know, that it's Clark Kent Superman, you know, like because that's in their head. I mean, do you think that might be like, and you tell me, do you think that that's because that's kind of the problem that I have with it is just that like they don't clarify it. And it was like, they just did it for shock value, that it was like, they're really, I have yet to see, I'm curious as to where they go through it. No pun intended.
Right.
I'm curious.
All right.
There we go.
What is it? Almost a 2-hour mark. Yeah, there we go. All right.
That's starting to get
that's a party.
No, but I'm curious to see like how they actually play this out. You know what I mean? Because like it was like such a like, hey, Superman is bi. That's the headline. That's what we're running with. And like in my, you know, in my headlines and stuff, like that's what it was. In fact, I think I shared with you guys a picture earlier. Let me see if I can pull it up because like I took it right from my news feed, and I was just saying like this is why I think that people have this, because like if I show this, I'm not going to even load it up on my so this is what was in my news feed, right? So Everyone Needs Heroes. Superman will come out as bisexual in new DC Comics story.
Yeah,
that's bad reporting.
Oh, it's called a clickbait headline.
That's misleading. Absolutely. Yeah. That's
and the thing is, I feel like DC though, like we can blame it on the people reporting it, obviously, but then also like I feel like DC kind of set it up for that too.
They encouraged it.
I mean, I don't know. You tell me, man. You tell me. I don't want to speak for everybody. I don't, you know, like it just hit me weird. Like I said, I'm not upset. You know, there were people like contacting me today going, "Oh, Enosh must be ticked off about this." And I'm like, why would I be ticked off about this?
Yeah.
Like I really don't care. Like, okay, but here's an example with Batwoman, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what you're getting with Batwoman. She's always been gay. She's always been a lesbian. So there's that. Right? That you feel like you know who the character is, you know what you're investing in. Like this kind of like gotcha kind of thing, like, hey, here's the character that's been out for 6 years. There's never been any kind of inkling that we were going with this. We've seen him from a kid now to an adult, and now all of a sudden here it is. Now you tell me, man.
I mean,
you take it.
I'm honestly, I'm split. I really am, because look, obviously I do want more representation in that manner and stuff, and I think that's important. I just I don't know. I mean, the way it was explained to me was that, well, first of all, yeah, the media, I think the media and DC probably should like you said be more clear. It's Jonathan Kent. They should probably have made aware people more of the story because apparently Superman's off world right now, and Jonathan Kent is kind of watching for the protecting Earth in his place. So it's they definitely should have made it more clear. Because look, I do agree that like characters like if they did this to Clark Kent or Bruce Wayne or any other characters that
they'd have a riot on their hands.
Oh yeah, that's just a terrible, awful decision. I don't know. Again, I don't know much about the character. The way it was explained to me was that I guess how he's been around. He's been 13, around 10 to 13 years old, and then just recently is now we're seeing him older. So I don't know.
They aged him up is what they did. Was they aged him up. They went through this thing and he basically aged up, and then now he's the Superman of the future. So
okay, yeah. So I don't know. Again, it's cool because it's not Clark Kent Superman, so it's not that old. That should stay the same. It's more of a newer thing. Like I said, one of the more powerful characters. But at the same time, I do think there's a lot of. I think it'd be cool to see some original characters and to see some, I don't know. I'm real split. I really am. Because again, I like the representation. I don't know if I like, I don't know if I just don't know if it's being handled with the right intent. I know Tom Taylor's the writer. I think he's a great writer. He's never done anything that upset me in the past. But also I can't say that was him. It wasn't just like DC kind of saying like this is where we want to go. So I don't know. A big thing for me about all of that is the intention. It's kind of the same thing with all the Dave Chappelle stuff going on. I think if you've watched Dave Chappelle and you see interviews outside of it, his intention, where his heart is, and you just know like he's not a hateful person or anything like that. So like that's just a big thing. And for this, I don't know anybody's intent.
Yeah, it's stand-up comedy, man. It's like that's things like people try. It's really hard for people to keep their sense of humor right now, and like, and that's scary.
Well,
what were you gonna say, Brian?
You got to keep in mind that comedy's supposed to be offensive. At least some of the better comics throughout time have been offensive.
I will say, I heard you say
George
that.
Carlin, Lenny Bruce. You've got like groundbreaking comics that bent all the rules and challenged all the norms. And I feel that, me personally, I think that comedy is supposed to make you feel a little uncomfortable because sometimes the truth is a little uncomfortable.
Sure. I don't know if I would go as far as to say comedy should be offensive.
Well, I get it, but like, I don't know, man, because it on a certain level it should be. It should be funny, but it should be
edgy. It should be edgy, and it should be truthful.
But you don't want to dance around subjects and then elicit claps instead of laughs. And I think that's one of the bigger problems with comedy today, and that's why I say comedy is dead because people are too offended.
This is why I would say not offensive. I think we are just kind of in a thing where offensive and being insulting is kind of two of the same thing. It
covers such a broad
right, but because I feel like because of like just where we're at in society, you know how it is. Everybody's offended by something,
Everybody's already made up their own mind.
Right.
And you're not going to change it. So
exactly. Everybody's offended at something, or but like I said, I feel like because of that, people don't have conversation. So that being offensive isn't offensive. It's just being insulting. It's just people being mean and rude and stuff. So so that's why I think there are some comedians out there that are just like they're vulgar, not funny. They're offensive, but they're not funny. They're just
I think self-deprecating humor goes a long way. Right? Like when you're able to laugh at yourself and you point those things out. And that's one of the things I like about Dave Chappelle is like Dave Chappelle, like he, he's like he covers the board, right? Like that's one of the things I love about like South Park, is that like South Park goes after everybody. Like, and like nobody's safe, but it's done in a way that just makes you think about it. I think this is an interesting comment because, okay, so like we're talking about like the whole, because like both you and where did the comment go? I just had it. Oh, I was going to bring it up, and then I saw this. Okay, so Bradley even says here, I agree for sure, Austin. I like seeing the representation of someone who's bi too, but I'd love to see some original characters. That'd be awesome.
Right.
And so I think that goes back to it too, where it's like, it feels a little lazy to see like that they just take, like, instead of like developing characters, like, because like if you want a character that's like going to stand the test of time, right, for example, or like known for that or be a champion of that, like you really want to make that character, like, I think maybe not so much on the TV show, but at least in the comics, Batwoman is a great representative of that, right? Because she was created to be that. And again, I say it's like they didn't skimp on that. You know what I mean? Like they didn't cheat on that. They didn't, you know, and when I say cheat, and not because they just made a character, you know, that way, but they actually put the time in, and they're like, hey, we're going to create this character. It's not Batgirl, right? We didn't take Batgirl and just make Batgirl a lesbian. We made a whole new character with a whole new backstory, background, everything, and this is part of her life, right? And that's fine. I find it interesting because I want to go, because then I go back to that statement that that dude Vince says, right? So the first time we see this character, right, like in the headline, right, is again, what's he doing? He's just making out with the guy, right? What I don't want to see is, and you can tell me how you feel as someone who's bi, and I'm interested to hear from anybody who's in the chat about this. I don't want to see Superman, this version of Superman, Jonathan Kent, any character reduced to just who the character has relations with.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
That that's the selling point.
There's
of
more
that
to
character.
Superman than his sexual orientation.
That's what I'm saying. Sure. That's what I'm saying. Like for example, like if you read Batwoman, like Batwoman's doing stuff, right? She's doing Batwoman stuff, right? She's a hero in that world. She's doing stuff. And yes, she may fight for equality in that world and do those things. But the reality is she's doing Batwoman stuff. My concern is that they don't just like, they're like, oh, well, he's Superman now and he's bi. So it's like, that becomes the focus.
Right.
That he's bi. Oh, okay, we get it, but like they just have a tendency to do this sometimes when they announce this stuff, that it's like, hey, this character is bi or this character is gay. Oh, by the way, did we say he's gay? She's gay. He's gay. She's gay. He's gay. He's bi. He's this, right? And then it's like, let the character do the stuff that the character's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's part of its life. You know what I mean? And I get it. It's a major part, right? Like I would never step back and say that's not a major part of life. So you're going to show those aspects.
Yeah, but you don't need to hold a big old spotlight over it and focus on it really hard.
Like that's the main part of the
this is what he is and stands for and nothing else. Truth, justice, and bisexuality. It's like, okay, man, but no, I'm not trying to sound hyperbolic, because that's the worst thing. I think at the end of the day, if they handle it properly, no one's gonna have an issue with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I could see where they've in the past have like pandered with characters and you know, taken certain aspects, you know, for the sake of representation that might have been a little far in certain aspects to, you know, warrant it. And I do feel like it would be better if they had an original character in those circumstances in most cases. But to add a wrinkle to a character by doing something like that and not making a big deal out of it, I wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah. I mean, look, I go two ways. You know, one is I want to wait and see. Kind of like you said, Enosh, I want to wait and see where this goes, how they use it, and all that. At the same time, too, might have been just best to not. I know they, you know, now I realize, because somebody said in the chat and I forgot. Yeah, it's National Coming Out Day, and that's probably why they did it. But you know, I think probably if you wanted to do it in a way like you said, Brian, where if they do it the right way, everyone will accept it. You probably just don't announce it like this. You don't make a big. If you want to normalize it, then normalize it. It just comes out on the day of the issue, and the news all happens that day. Not it's looking like we're trying to, you know, use this as a way to, you know, do whatever. And
well,
also
it comes across as a gimmick, you know.
Right. And also too, I guess I heard too that I guess this, you know,
issue isn't like it's 2 issues. This is from an issue 2 issues away. This panel, and so it's like, so I guess that, you know, somebody was saying, so I guess there's still time and stuff for them to figure out the story or do whatever to lead to it. But still, I think, you know, if, like you said, if you want to do it in a way that's everybody's cool with it, I think even the community would be, because look, you know, you want to normalize it. You just, like I said, you just normalize. You don't really make a big deal out of it. You don't make it a headline. You know, it's kind of like we're going to be seeing now, probably with all the Marvel stuff, you know, Marvel has now several LGBTQ characters, and exactly, they're going to get all the exactly, and it's going to be a whole thing, and it's so weird, you know, because like I said, you want the representation, but you don't want it to make you feel like I don't know.
It's like you don't want to be like feel like you're being sold to. Like that's kind of how I feel like
exactly.
In like, I'm not going to say anything bad, but like in June, you know, Pride Month, I feel like some companies just throw that logo up there, like, all right, you know,
oh yeah,
come buy our stuff. It's like, well, I wouldn't want to be sold to like that. I mean, that's kind of that's messed up, dude. This is my life, you know. I'm not a marketing plan, you know, so that would irritate me a little bit, you know.
Yeah. See, like, and you know, and this is, you know, this is, I think, where it is. Like, I don't think that a lot of people, like, they don't care that, you know, like, it's not, when I say they don't care, I mean they don't mind. I think the average person, you know, like, doesn't have like some beef with the fact that, you know,
it doesn't bother them, you know.
Yeah, it just doesn't bother them, whatever. But you know, this is interesting. It's like, you know, there's more to a relationship than just the physical stuff, and to market it with the physical stuff, you know, that dude then says with the physical stuff up front, I just don't find it genuine. That's what it does kind of look like. Like, it just gives me pause. It just gives me pause to go, why are they doing it? And we just know all the craziness that's gone on with Warner Brothers and DC and everything. And it's like, how many things does Warner Brothers, or excuse me, does DC like start and then change midstream? And, you know, and it's just, I just hope that they do this, no pun intended, but justice.
Right.
That like, if this is their intention, if this is what they're going to do, then, you know, do it well, you know, and don't make it that, you know, we don't know anything about the character. Because like Captain James Biggin says, like, who is this John Kent? That matters, not just his sexual representation. Right. So,
I mean, look, I did talk to a friend of mine that's been with John Kent, reading him along, said it doesn't feel completely out of nowhere for the character, especially recently. And, you know, he was telling me that obviously with the stuff leading up to now, like I said, he was younger, so it wouldn't really be appropriate to deal with that, you know, any of that type of stuff, you know, then, I guess. So I don't know. He said he didn't feel like it came out of nowhere. Again, I haven't read it personally. I think I'm probably going to read a couple because I'd like to know. I'd really like to, again, I'd like to know. I feel like if I read, you know, some of the comics and learned more about the character, then I could more say about the intent, like I was talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now, I don't know. It's just, it's weird because I didn't really see anybody in the community like really flipping like for joy or anything, or being like, oh yeah, this is like truly effect. Like, I don't know. It does feel, I guess, kind of like right now like a PR stunt, but at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, and you know, and I just want to say, Austin, you know, like I hope that you feel in this conversation, like that you're able to speak freely and, you know, say whatever, you know, you think about the situation. Cause I want you to feel that way. I don't want you to think that you can't speak freely, or, you know what I mean? And look, you didn't have to reveal that information to everybody, you know, like, I don't know if you've talked about that on your channel or whatever, but I mean, you know, like, for you to do that, you know, I mean, I know that's, you know, that's a big deal. So I want to thank you for that, because I want to thank you for giving a, you know, your
unique
your
insight.
Of course. And look, like, no, I'm not uncomfortable at all, especially like you guys. I've gotten to know you guys. Like I said, I know your guys' heart. I know where like your intent is. So like, it's completely comfortable for me to talk about it, you know, here and stuff. And I think it's important. It does need to be talked about. I think there's a lot of stuff that needs to be talked about, because another interesting topic that came out in the group chat today with all that I agreed with and I thought was an interesting take was that at the same time, Jonathan Kent is, as far as I'm concerned, like a legacy character, and DC hasn't really done well with these legacy characters. So it's also kind of like, that's why I lean more towards the original, creating an original character. That's not. I mean, we've seen them drop legacy characters like flies. So it's like, okay, this is cool for now, but when you stop using him in 5 years, then what?
Yeah, where's Jonathan Kent's Superman going to be in 5 years?
Yeah, where's it going to go?
Because eventually they're going to bring Superman back.
Right. Exactly.
Reboot the comic story, the whole run. Yeah.
Same with Batman. I was saying, I did read the Future State Batman this year, loved it, but again, that kind of, somebody pointed out, and it made me think, it's like, yeah, as much as I love it, Bruce Wayne's coming back. That's going to be the main thing again. So I don't know. DC, they go back and forth. And I do agree with, like, they should set up these characters as legacy characters and follow through with them. And because I think it's cool to see them for the next generation and stuff. It's cool for them to have their own, hero, their own set of heroes and things like that. But again, yeah, DC just has not taken care of them. So I don't know if it's going to really matter at the end of the day.
Yeah. Look, it's a good conversation. I didn't set up tonight for this because I didn't know who all was going to be here to talk about it. And, and I didn't know, I think it's one of those issues that, like, you got to have the right conversation, and you got to have the right spirit of the conversation. And so I'm glad that it ended up coming up, because I hadn't even planned on talking about it, not because I wanted to just skirt the issue, but just because like I always want to make sure that we're having the proper conversation with the right people.
Right.
It takes an open mind,
and that's the thing, is like having an open mind, discussing stuff. Cause we know that there are certain people in fandom who today are losing their freaking minds.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And some of them don't even get that it's not even Clark Kent. Like, they haven't even gotten that far yet. All they saw was Superman, bisexual, and that was enough for them to absolutely just, like, go to a horrible place. And YouTubers are probably making videos even as we speak, and
having a heyday.
Just having a heyday. Some of them are making their 5th and 6th, videos and whatever, and
then there's the people making videos reacting to the people making those videos.
Oh my gosh,
it's a vicious cycle.
Even Tom Taylor kind of put out a tweet that he's had a real interesting week. Starting with this, a lot of people started calling him an SJW, all that fun stuff. And then also a lot of people were blaming him and getting mad at him for the Injustice movie that everybody's calling terrible. And he's like, I didn't.
The one that everybody's seen except for me.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not
even out yet.
Exactly. So he put out a tweet and was like, I didn't write the movie. I have no idea. I haven't even seen it. I don't. But yeah, man. Yeah, people are.
It's
flipping
just crazy. It's just crazy. So I'm glad we had this conversation. I'm glad it came up and we were able to have this conversation. And it's Lois Lane, not Lewis Lane. Learn it. It's so much easier to spell Lois. Lois. You can't spell Lois without Lo.
Oh,
now I gotta get that drop from Family Guy. You can't spell Lois without is.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's
okay.
Wow.
So
Lewis Lane.
on to Lewis Lane.
That's gonna
I love the fact that
parodies I'm thinking of.
I love the fact that Brian actually thought that people were trying to make like a fun, and maybe there's some are, but like all the one, I just went to Twitter and I saw this, and it was all because I saw that Lewis Lane was trending, and I didn't see anybody like making like a guy joke out of it. It was just like people literally misspelling Lois, and I'm just like, oh dear God, help us all.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. That being said, I got a couple more. So here's a crazy story that I came across for you guys involving Nick Cage. Are you ready for this?
Oh God, yes!
It's a crazy Nick story.
Nikki. I ran into Nikki at the gym one time a couple years ago.
Did you really?
Oh yeah,
Superman himself, brother. Superman himself. Like we dodged such a bullet. I will say this. Oh my gosh. I will say this though. Yeah, I love the thumbnail for tonight.
Oh, there it is.
I will say this. I will say this for the guy. The guy is a huge Superman fan. Okay. If you guys don't know this, his son is actually named Kal-El.
His actual child.
Yes, his actual child is named Kal-El. Yep. So
you know what? I did say I would name one of my kids Han Solo if I ever had kids. So I don't. I feel that.
There you go. So
I feel that.
Here's an interesting story, and I'm interested to hear all of your thoughts on this because, look, the dude bought Action Comics #1. Okay, he had a copy of Action Comics #1,
right?
Which is like for any comic book, person who wouldn't want
Holy Grail.
Like even non-comic book people, like they know Action Comics #1. That's the first appearance of Superman. It's literally the first superhero comic because Superman was the first, right?
Right.
And so it's he's a huge
that's
Superman.
that's like a holy grail of of having Superman collections.
Here is the story. Nicolas Cage, this is from Cracked, but it's real. Like Cracked does these like factual things that like they print every once in a while. And so I thought this because Cracked magazine does not exist anymore. For those of you who are my age who remembers Cracked and Mad magazine. Brian remembers Cracked, right?
I remember Mad magazine, but not Cracked, no.
You don't remember Cracked? Dude, Cracked was the like, Walmart version. I mean, but it had its own little character and everything, but it was the same thing. It was a spoof magazine just like Mad magazine. Same exact thing. They didn't have a sketch comedy show. Cracked. You
are watching Crack TV. Crack. Oh.
No, they didn't have that. But anyway, so they stopped printing. But so anyways, Nicolas Cage's wild spending has spelled money trouble for him in the past. We've previously had fun breaking down some of his nuttier purchases, from castles to dinosaur skulls. But one of his more sensible investments came in 1997 when he bought a copy of Action Comics #1. Action Comics #1, as you may well know, is pretty much the most valuable comic in the world. Not only does it mark the first appearance of Superman, which makes it so notable, but thanks to a contest inside it, copies now are extremely rare. One page in the book was black and white, and DC asked readers to color it in and mail it to them. That means if you were a kid in 1938 and bought the comic, there was a good chance you ripped the book up. The other side of that black and white page, incidentally, was the final page of the issue's Superman story. There are only about 100 intact copies of Action Comic #1 left in existence.
Wow.
Yeah. The copy that Cage bought had set a record in 1992 when someone bought it for $82,500. Cage bought it for $150,000 in 2010. A different copy would end up fetching $1.5 million at auction. So smart move there, Cage. Right. So yeah. Wow. So like this is an extremely rare thing. Now somebody just found what they were renovating a farmhouse not too long ago, and I remember seeing this because they were renting a farmhouse or renovating a farmhouse, and they literally found a copy, intact, pristine, of Action Comics #1 in the wall.
In the wall?
In the wall. Some kid had stuffed it in the wall, and it laid there for like 80 years, like 70, 80 years.
Damn.
Go figure. Can you imagine like having known, like these people sold the house, sold the place. These new people come in, they start renovating the place, and then they find an Action Comics #1.
Well, they just funded their renovation.
Literally. They're like, honey, We're going to Hawaii too.
Yeah, right. We're taking a vacation when we're done.
We're taking a vacation.
Right. Oh my gosh. It just makes you want to tear out all the walls in your house. Just like if you have an old house, man, just like, oh, there's got to be something in
There's
here.
something in there. I know it.
Gold
Tiffany!
mining. You're all taking a metal detector going up and down the walls.
Tiffany, I'm telling you, I'm going to fund all these toys somehow. We're going to be living the high life when I find this Action Comics #1.
God dang.
But honey, the house was built in 1960. I don't care.
That sounds like somebody. That sounds like somebody before they lose all their money at a blackjack table.
Oh my god. Yeah, right. It says, but then in January of 2000, someone stole it from him. Now this is where it gets interesting,
Whoa,
and this
what?
is why I want you guys' opinion about this, about Nicolas Cage. What's going on here? What's going on here? Cage said he didn't know exactly when that happened. He'd placed the comic in a display frame, and then one day he noticed the frame was empty.
Wow.
Luckily, he did have it insured, and he collected a payout on it.
What?
So he owns the comic. He owns the comic. He's got it. He's got it in a display case in his house, and he doesn't know when it disappeared. It just one day was just like poof, it was gone, and he didn't know where it was.
And you can insure comics?
Oh yeah. Well, a comic like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, at least wow.
Okay, so my conspiracy brain is saying somebody might have committed some insurance swindling.
Yep.
Yeah, I've watched way too many crime docu-series on those two channels to not look past that. It's like getting a life insurance policy and then oh, I don't know what happened on that boating accident.
Yeah, he definitely probably just was but this he said in the year 2000. Yeah, in January 2000. So was he short? But what was he doing in 2000? He was still pretty popular. He's still making money.
He was The Rock was still kind of somewhat popular.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he was at the height, man. Face Off.
So I mean, it's not like
Con Air, yeah, dude, he was making money. It's not like he's hurting.
Yeah, it's not like he needed. I think probably the first National Treasure was around then.
Yeah.
Or 2003, actually. I think
it might have been a little bit later, but yeah.
But still, he was popular at that time. So yeah, he's not like
Gone in 60 Seconds. Yeah.
Either that, or maybe he just has some really terrible friends.
Right? Yeah, he's like, I'm so gonna steal that from Nick, bro.
Yeah, could you imagine when Nick is high, man? Oh, I'm so taking that comic.
Yeah. I'm gonna replace it with an X-Men, man. It's gonna be fun.
You'll never know.
Well, you'd think he'd have like a cool ass laser security grid and like a vault where he's like he's got to Dieter his way into that sumbitch. You know,
Gone in 60 Seconds in 2000, I think.
Yep, that's exactly.
Yeah, we were asking like, what was he doing in 2000? He was at the height of his popularity. Was in around 2000. I mean, he had a bunch of hits.
Oh yeah. One day it went walkies. What can I say?
Right. Yeah.
You Do Suck says, if insurance was paid, it's free to be pawned. I watch a lot of Pawn Stars. I've been there. In Farmhouse, was it in Kansas? Okay, so that's where we are so far. Okay.
2000.
Someone stole it. Cage said he didn't know exactly when it happened. He placed the comic in a display frame, and then one day he noticed the frame was empty. Luckily, he had it insured, and he collected a payout on it. And then there were pop-ups. Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Now, a full decade later, 10 years later, the comic turned up in an abandoned storage locker. Why would anyone...
Storage Wars.
Right? Why would anyone abandon the comic in a storage locker? No one has an answer for that. Cage called the comics return divine providence. He
Yup.
got the comic back.
Oh wow! And the
Okay.
insurance payout.
And the
Nice.
insurance payout, and he got the comic back 10 years later. Says then that November, this issue sold at auction for $2.1 million.
Wow.
News sources were unable to track what happened to the comic between its discovery in the locker and the auction, but they still concluded that at the auction, Cage was the seller. Now, and they say, now we're not saying that Cage faked the robbery as part of a publicity stunt insurance fraud, but if we asked him, we'd bet he'd say he did, just because that makes for the best story.
So I said it's like get life insurance against your spouse.
Right.
What?
Except on a
What?
comic.
I'm just asking the question. You know, Action Comics #1 issues don't just pop up like after they're stolen from you, like 10 years later in a
abandoned storage unit.
Abandoned. And here's my question. Here's my question. How did they know it was his?
Yeah. Did he have like a sticker that said property of Nick Cage?
Like was it on the sheath, the plastic bag, like
If lost, please return to
Nick Cage. I don't know.
Was it his storage locker?
But he's just storage locker.
I found it in my own storage locker.
I'm gonna leave it here.
Why am I not in that? Why am I not in that storage locker?
I'm gonna leave it here, and 10 years later, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna make some money.
There's gonna be a riddle at the bottom of at the back of the book, and you have to hold it up to the light, just like National Treasure.
There's a note written in invisible ink.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, so what is that? Like, and so when I read this, I was just like,
the Freemasons.
I was just like, dang, serial number. I don't think that there's not individual serial numbers though. I mean, unless it was graded. You know what? Now hold on. It was now I take that back because it was probably graded and it was probably numbered and everything else. So that's probably how they figured it out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah.
He had the 35th, issue and
yeah. But I mean, dude, there's only 100 of these intact still in the entire world. Because the kids got older, they went off to war. The parents they recycled all the paper goods, man. It's very hard to find a paper or a comic or anything. But see, that's why people like today, do not buy comics as an investment. I was just telling people today, don't buy toys as an investment. Don't do that. Like that's the worst possible thing that you can do. It's not. It's not something that's quantifiable that these certain things are going to go up. Like I'll be honest with you, when I got back into GI Joe, I bought all this GI Joe stuff. It's super cheap, and then it exploded. Like, dude, I can't even believe the prices that people are asking for basic figures that just like a couple of years ago when I was getting this, I was getting it like $7, $10, dollars, $15 at max. Now those same figures that are just basic figures are going for like $35 to $50, right? And the hard to find ones are now exploding beyond that. I can't believe it. But listen, it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, man, there's been several times where G.I. Joe stuff, you couldn't give it away. Trust me, I did. I sold all my childhood G.I. Joes intact, all the stuff, all the accessories, because I had everything good. I had vehicles, play sets, everything for $35 back in 2001.
Yeah.
All right. Because I was thinking garage sale prices. Now, if I had that stuff back, oh my gosh. The prices. Todd Fair here with the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Says Ina. There it is.
He's back.
There it is. Guess who's back? Back again. Fayer's back. Tell a friend. Talking Feige, talking Feige, talking Feige, talking Feige, talking Feige, talking Feige, talking Feige. MCU. All right. Todd Fair here with a $5 super chat says, Enosh, do you believe King Feige can save DC?
King Feige?
No, I do not. I do not believe Feige will have anything to do with DC at all. I don't think that he's never going to produce anything for DC. He's never going to come over to DC. When he's done with Marvel, he's going straight to Star Wars. That's what they're grooming him for. That's his two loves. He loves the Marvel comics and he loves Star Wars, and he wants to work on a Star Wars movie. He's already supposedly working on a Star Wars movie. So yeah, as soon as Feige's done, he's going to Star Wars, man. That's where Feige's going. And then I hope that Feige ignites that like no other can, you know?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I already think they're on a good trajectory right now with who they have in place with Filoni and Favreau and Kennedy. And I think that they got a plan, and you know, now they know where they're going. But, you know, Bradley, I love you, Bradley. Bradley, are we positive Todd isn't secretly Kevin Feige?
No, I don't.
I would like to
obsessed with Kevin Feige that much.
I would like to say no, but
at this point, we don't know.
Kevin, is that you?
Kevin. Kevin, Dad.
Right? Yeah. So that's that story. Okay. So from that to another story that this was sad, but at the same time, at least they figured it out. They figured out what was going on with this kid, and the kid's okay. All right. So I just want to put that out there. Parents, watch your kids. Like, I got 3 kids, and I just don't understand sometimes how certain things happen. Like, look, it's hard to keep an eye on your kids all the time. I get it. Especially like I had 3 boys, right? They're constantly moving, constantly doing stuff, you know, whatever. Like Taylor says, Todd is throwing super chats left and right.
That's right. He does seem to have that Feige money.
Feige, man, he's bankrolling the Poindexter Lounge. We appreciate it.
Right.
Okay, so
what?
A kid injected himself with mercury to try to turn into Wolverine.
Oh
wow.
Yeah. So okay. So here it is. A 15-year-old.
I thought it was a younger kid. 15? I'm sorry. This might just be natural selection here.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
I mean, you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
I could see it if it was a younger kid, you know.
Drugs!
Break open a thermometer. Never thought like, oh, I'm gonna be Weapon X in this. Boom.
I'm with the natural selection part.
Yeah. Trust me, dude. It gets worse. It gets much.
All right, let's.
Yeah, it gets. Okay, you ready for this? All right, here we go.
No.
Okay, so we got through a 15-year-old. That's all I said. A 15-year-old. Okay. A 15-year-old entered the Ames Trauma Center in New Delhi with ulcers on his arm that would not heal. Doctors figured out that he must have cut himself some months ago, but that didn't explain the multiple large sores in different spots on his forearm. Substance abuse had to be a factor, but as for which substance, they didn't know. So they brought in a psychiatrist who would talk to the boy till he told the full story. It turned out he injected himself with mercury, which he'd gotten by breaking open thermometers and other equipment. He'd watched X-Men Origins Wolverine. And
of all the movies, god dang.
I know. He watched X-Men Origins Wolverine and wanted to get superpowers like one of the characters there. The 2013 medical journal we're quoting says this character was named Mercury, and while we wouldn't presume to overrule the authors on medical matters, we know there wasn't any character by that name in the movie. There is an X-Men mutant by that name, but she hasn't appeared in any movie. Obviously, he was trying to coat his bones with adamantium and thinking that the Mercury looked like
Mercury would do the trick. It's all right. I'll just have to suffice for Mercury. No big deal.
Yeah, it says surely the kid trying to inject liquid metal was aiming to be Wolverine himself. The doctors performed a bunch of tests. The doctors performed a bunch of tests which confirmed the boy hadn't eaten any mercury, but must have taken it in through the skin. Surprisingly, he had no other psychiatric problems and had a normal IQ, they wrote in the journal, which sounds like throwing shade, but was just a calm medical assessment. A couple skin grafts later, and they had the kid healing properly. Some people will read this story and think this means movies have to be more careful about what they portray, less impressionable kids imitate them. But we think perhaps the opposite message is more sound. If someone somewhere will imitate even the most fantastical movie scenes, maybe movies themselves don't deserve blame at all. You might as well get angry with the makers of Spider-Man just in case some kid somewhere purposely tries to get bitten by a spider. Oh yeah, it turns out that the same kid who injected himself with mercury also purposely repeatedly got bit by spiders to turn himself into Spider-Man.
Okay, so I've got something to say. So he watched Wolverine Origins. It would have been much easier and could have saved the hospital trip if he'd just super glued his mouth shut like Deadpool.
Yep.
I have a question though. What kind of spiders is that poor kid?
Poor sound. Dude, that sounds.
I mean, it's like, hey, there's a Black Widow. Let me bite. Look, come on, bite me. I want to try Spider-Man.
Yeah. Hey, where'd you learn how to inject mercury to try to become Wolverine?
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Well, that old expression, mad as a hatter.
I used to enjoy X-Men Origins Wolverine as a guilty pleasure film. You know, I just try to block out the Deadpool stuff, but I don't think I can enjoy that anymore after this.
How it impressioned the youth.
I think that's been killed as of tonight.
I mean, like, they had like a full-on science rig get-up. Like, they had him submerged. Did he submerge himself when he was doing it? What in the movie?
Think?
Like, did he make a mask?
Was he doing this by the day? Like, all right, I'll just coat this arm and this bone today, and then like over the next day, I'll start on this arm. Like, what was the logic behind
Kevin Feige?
Oh God.
I don't know. So we'll get up there in a second. Hey, what's up, Saggy? Saggy's in the chat. Hey, what's up, girl?
Hey.
Todd Fair here with the $10 super chat says, if Kevin Feige gave Snyder complete control over an X-Men trilogy, I think Zach would come to Marvel and he would make Marvel even more glorious than they already are.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I think Zach could make Marvel more glorious than they even are.
Yeah.
But I just don't think Todd, that they would allow Zach's style. And I don't think that Zach's style necessarily would probably even
fit.
Yeah. You know, he's just got a different style about it. You know, it's grittier, it's darker, it's, you know, it's more real world lived in. And honestly, you know, the MCU just doesn't have that kind of feeling to it. It doesn't have that kind of grit to it. But
and also, you're saying giving him complete control over something like that won't never happen at Marvel. Nobody will have complete control of anything except Kevin Feige at Marvel.
Exactly. Saggy came in and said, "Shut up, RJ." Wait, never mind. He isn't here. Well, he may not be here, but we do have the song that you made.
Somebody come get her, she's dancing like a stripper. Hey, somebody come get her, she dancing like a stripper.
That wink.
Poetry.
Yeah. WTF is this kid on? I got bit by a spider and it hurt. Yep, I've been
Spider
bitten
venom,
by a spider.
I would say
I've
that
been
was
bitten
the
by I've been bitten by a spider in places you don't even want to be bitten by a spider. Trust me. And let me tell you something. It was not a pleasant experience at all.
Was it like that scene from We're the Millers?
Yeah. Yeah. When I was about 20, I think I was like 21, 22 years old, I got bitten by a spider. Yep, in that general area. I will just say, without getting too graphic, obviously, I will just say just to the left.
Oh, sweet God.
Just to the left and up at the top. And I thought it was just like an ingrown hair or something at first. and literally I found it on a Sunday morning, and come to find out by Sunday night, I was like, this ain't right. Nothing about this is right. And I had to go to work that night. I was working third shift, and man, I went to work. Yeah, I went to work that night, and my shift was from 10 to 8 in the morning. I worked 4 10-hour shifts, right? And so Sunday night was my first night of the week, and so I go, and I'm sitting there, and I'm working, and about 5 in the morning, all of a sudden I'm having a hard time breathing. Right? Like I'm feeling these effects of this thing. Right. And like, I'm having a hard time breathing. I'm short of breath and stuff. And I called the manager of the store, cause I worked at Kinko's, and I was like, "Hey, can somebody come in a little bit early? Like, can you come in a little bit early? Because I am not feeling well at all. Like, I need to go home. Like, this is not right." And like, I was trying to explain it to them. Right. Without, I was like, "Look, this is something I'm going to have to go get taken care of." So sure enough, man, I got home, I went to the doctor that day, right? I went right to the doctor that day. So I was still awake.
Right.
Went to the doctor. He got me in. He took one look at it and he went, "Whoa." And I knew that was a problem.
Yeah.
When your doctor goes, "Whoa."
Whoa. Yeah.
And he says, and he looked at me and he said, "I can't do this." He says, "You have to have this lanced. So I'm going to have to send you to a specialist who can lance this."
Ooh.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? And he's like, "No." He's like, "This needs to be lanced." And so my first wife, she was just my girlfriend at the time. She went with me because like I couldn't even drive. Like I was feeling so like out of breath and stuff. Like it was affecting me. And so we get there, and it was actually kind of funny because like I'm in there and like I got to take my pants off and stuff. And the guy's like, and so I'm like, "Well, are you going to give me some, anesthetic, like something, a topical, anything. He's like, "No, we're not going to give you a topical." He says, "But, no, I'm sorry." They ended up like spraying it with like a little bit of antiseptic or whatever, but he said, "We can't give you anything for the pain." He says, "Because whatever we give you for the pain is going to hurt just as much." And I'm like, bull crap. And I still call bull crap on that, because they could have given me some kind of numbing agent, and a shot would have felt a whole lot better than what I felt, because she's standing right to the side of me, like, and look, like we hadn't been intimate or anything like that, and so like she's standing, and I'm being this good Christian kid, that I am, and I'm holding her hand, and she's like looking the other way, and the doctor sees her looking the other way, and like I'm out in the breeze, and the doctor looks at her and says, "You haven't seen it?" And she looks at him. Yeah, and she looks at him and goes, "No." And he just looks back at her and he goes, "Good." and like he's like this little I don't know where he's from. He's somewhere in the Middle East though. I think he might have been Egyptian. And he's just this little guy, this little doctor, and so that's how he said he kind of had an accent to him and stuff, and so it was kind of funny. We kind of had this moment, and then he's just like, hold her hand. So like she's looking the other way, I'm holding her hand, and I'm telling you what, I've never experienced that kind of pain. I mean, dude, they went in with a scalpel and just had to, I mean, you watch Dr. Pimple Popper, right?
No, I avoid that stuff.
Okay, I love Dr. Pimple Popper, but like when they do that, like they usually like give them a shot, and numb the area, and stuff like that, and then scalpel and like pull whatever out, and like get whatever out. That's basically what they did. It sounds like a big old deal because it's lancing or whatever, but that's all they're doing is basically you got an infected area there, and they have to just get in there and just drain it, right? So sure enough, she uses the scalpel, or he used the scalpel without anything. It's like the paper cut from hell.
Oh my God.
In an area that you don't want to get a paper cut in.
Yeah,
and I literally almost broke her hand. Like I literally almost broke her hand.
Yeah, no, man.
And then it was done. And I was okay. But I tell you what, I learned to hate spiders.
Yep.
Like I hate spiders. It ain't fun. You don't get bit by a spider and think you're going to get superpowers. It ain't going to happen. I don't have any. Well, maybe I do have superpowers. Maybe I in something. I don't know. Richard says, "Oh, this is not looking good for me. I raise spiders." Yeah.
Oh no! Why?
You do suck says, but he has a normal IQ and no mental issues. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. I love this one. Azteca says, "Kid got bit by a donkey. Now that kid is Johnny Knoxville." Come on.
Is he gonna go get gamma rays so he can turn into the Hulk?
I'm just imagining Johnny Knoxville. Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is the Mercury Wolverine game.
Spider-Man.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Back to formula.
Back to formula. What? Give me. Oh, come on. Okay, it just jumped. So I missed. Let's see. Oh
shit! Sorry, guys.
That's all right. Yeah, mercury and adamantium do sound the same.
Yeah, right. Liquid metal.
Same thing. They're easy to confuse. Super easy.
Where are the parents? Where are the parents? That
I don't know, man. At 15 years old, you should have some form of autonomy. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I don't know, man. But yeah, it's just crazy. Okay, so Todd back here with another $5 super chat. Thank you, Todd. Says Enosh.
Hey.
I know you see the great Marvel movies as popcorn, but they see a lot more popcorn than DC movies.
Okay. Right on, man.
Well,
I mean, honestly, I no offense, Todd, but like, and I appreciate the super chats and all that good stuff, but like,
oh, I do too. You ain't gonna say nothing negative. You got to get out of here.
He said, "Hey, no, hey, listen.
We ain't gonna tick Todd, or we ain't gonna tick Todd off now.
We can't do that tonight. Enosh
needs that. Enosh needs that sweet super chat.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
Oh my gosh. He said, not tonight. I need it. I need it.
Daddy's trying to save money to go to Comic-Con and trying to convince his wife to let him go without a job.
I got Deadpooled.
I know. I need every $5 I can get. No, I get it. Look, like Todd. So like, I don't think they're just popcorn movies. There are a couple of really good Marvel movies. But look, there are a lot that are just kind of, there to
terrible
for the masses who want to turn into Wolverine.
Stand out in a storm.
It could have been worse.
By lightning.
Yeah.
Storm.
It could have been worse. The kid could have tried to cover himself with it and turn into Colossus.
Fall into some tar and try to become Venom.
Could you imagine?
You look like the monster that killed Tasha Yar in Star Trek.
What were you thinking, kid? There's a great movie called Deadpool, and there's a character called Colossus. And I just thought if I dumped the whole thing on me, I'd be coming.
Yeah.
Planting the snozbag.
You know that's what that is, right?
Oh.
You know that. Well, it's not. It's actually not that part. It's the main part.
Can I use the
a snozberry? A snoz. You know how like in Willy Wonka, Austin.
Mm-hmm.
You know how when they're like scratching and scratching and tasting the wall, right? And
Oh,
they say
yeah, I heard you guys talking about it the other night.
So the guy who originally wrote Willy Wonka, he wrote another book where it's like a really like in-depth book about some totally adult situations, and in that he identifies what a snozberry is, and basically it's the main part there. So yeah. It totally puts that in a new perspective. I would just say that. See, Dad, dude, Vince, I'm all about Dr. Pimple Popper too, man. I love me some Dr. Pimple Popper. I love that show, man. I can eat while watching that show.
I don't know if I could eat while watching that show, but every now and again I'll see something.
Or like My Feet Are
that
Killing
intrigues
me. Have you ever seen My Feet Are Killing Me? The show that comes on right after. Like,
no.
Dude, like there was this one guy like came on right after, and like the bottom of his foot looked like I don't even know what, dude, man. It looked like it looked like somebody had taken a bunch of Frosted Flakes and just glued them to the bottom of his feet. And it had to be shaved out. He had to go in for surgery, and they had to use a scalpel to shave it all down, right? Because
I feel bad for the people who do my mom's feet.
It looked like a growth, man. They thought he had tree man disease, which is a very rare disease, but they thought he had tree man disease. And so, but when they shaved it all up, it took them like 10 scalpels to do both feet, because it kept like, and 2 hours of the doctor sitting there like doing it. And like, I'm sitting there like eating
gross.
dinner.
Why in the
I'm like sitting there
hell
eating
would
dinner.
somebody subject themselves to that? It's so gross.
Well, some of those things, like you wonder, like, how do people let stuff get so bad?
Yeah,
right? Like that's what
I was gonna come in first, like big old freaking growth off their neck.
Yeah, like this thing started 10 years ago, and it started off I thought it was a little pimple, and now it's like a basketball on the side. It's like
looks like another head.
Well, and then they'll have something like, well, I was worried that it might be something dangerous. Well, then why in the world didn't you go to the doctor? I just didn't want to be told it was something dangerous. Like,
I didn't want to know I had cancer.
Right.
The size of a basketball? Like, oh my gosh. Like, I've seen some of the stuff, man, that people
oh yeah, there's some really wild.
I mean, dude, really, really crazy stuff. You Do Suck here says Brian canceled.
It's all right.
Brian canceled. LMFAO. Bradley was laughing. Dark Gamers also said Brian canceled, but then
I tried to bite the hand that feeds Enosh.
But then Todd Fair came back with another $5 super chat.
Whoa!
It says, Brian, please speak your piece about the greatness of Marvel.
Okay, are you ready?
Oh boy! Let me sit up here. This is gonna be good.
Oh, it's gonna be good. Okay, I'm ready.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe is not art.
Uh-oh.
Let me say that, sir. I have never in my life done anything just for the money. If I'm lying, may the Lord strike me down right now.
Martin Scorsese was right.
Martin Scorsese was right.
And that's why you'll never see an MCU movie win Best Picture. Mic drop. It doesn't. MCU, DC doesn't matter. Comic book movies are not high art. They will never be considered that by the tastemakers of society, and unfortunately, they will burn out like a sun.
In other news, actual footage of me going to the doctor that day.
His testicle sac is now so large he has to wear a huge hoodie upside down instead of trousers.
Ouch! I imagine you sit on them occasionally, like. Be hard.
I disagree, Brian. I think we've seen, some of these. I think these films absolutely have a chance. You're telling me that? Look, Taika Waititi did Jojo Rabbit, and I think his Plastic Man has some. Or sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Plastic
but he did
Man
Thor Ragnarok.
has some solid Oscar chances.
Yeah, but he did Thor Ragnarok. We're not talking about Jojo Rabbit. We're talking about Thor Ragnarok.
No.
That is not That's not Oscar bait. That's not
Todd. Okay, hold on just one second. Hold on. So first of all, people Big Dub says people are selling the first series of AEW wrestling figures for hundreds. Those AEW those first series AEW figures, you couldn't find them anywhere. I know a guy who's got tons of them that is selling. My toy guy has got tons of them, but yeah, people are selling those for ridiculous price. Todd.
Kevin.
See, this is what makes me question whether Todd is trolling us or not. Right here is comments like this. Kevin Feige, if he was a scientist, could probably cure global warming.
What is he, Paul Bunyan? He built the Mississippi. Ford the modern Mississippi.
Todd's got Feige saving the planet now.
Fought off the Germans with one arm tied behind his back. Captain America ain't got shit on Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige scoring on double dribble.
Kevin Feige, savior of the universe. Bum, 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 bum.
Kevin Feige is so great. He did this.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to the barbecue.
And once the ladies smelled it, they turned right around and came back to him.
They did.
Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix played the Joker, which is a DC property.
Oh, well, you're right, but
I was talking about Marvel.
You did say Marvel or DC.
Well, Marvel or DC, but I'm just saying, like the genre is not. It's not considered high art by tastemakers of society. Period.
Right.
Like the people who do the Oscar voting and stuff, they don't care about comic book movies unless they put in an actual category for comic book movies.
Well, I think those times are changing as well. I think we're gonna see. I mean, look, what was that? What was the big one? Logan a couple years ago, right? That was the first. The big deal was that was the first one to be nominated for a screenplay. Not
like your formulaic Marvel movie though. I don't ever see any of those being award material. I'm sorry, like maybe like special something else, like special effects, music, something like that, but not story, acting, all that stuff.
Caden says, "I agree with Todd in another reality."
On Earth 15.
Right.
You're right.
Hey, look who showed up. It's RJ. What's up, RJ? It says, I don't know what Todd Fair is saying, but he's probably right. King Feige. Oh, he got to him. He got to RJ. Oh,
all right.
They took him.
The Feige Nut writers. Snosberry writers.
They got him.
They got RJ, man. They got tied up in the basement, and now they've deprogrammed him from other stuff, and now they program for other stuff. So Todd is just kind of sitting back like...
It's not a cult. These are just friends who do everything I say, offer me their bodies for sex, and occasionally kill people in my name. Does that sound like a call to you?
What does gold
standard?
What's gold's tandard mean?
Gold standard.
Gold's
tan. So like a golden tan. Dard.
No,
I'm trying to figure out what the dard is.
Goldston dard.
I know what he's saying. I'm just
baby.
I'm just trying to deconstruct it.
Well, you know what? I want RJ to say live on air one day, baby. Because it's like one of the. That reminds me of like the South Park episode with the Jonas Brothers, like baby, baby. The golden turd.
The MC stands come out at night.
The throne he sits on is a toilet. Might be gold plated, but still a toilet.
Bro, every time Anthony in the chat, Kevin Feige's trash. It's all trash. Trash.
Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know that Feige was a god here? Oh, pretty baby, I shouldn't have let him go.
Man.
Making those MCU movies, show me something from MCU, and I'll go there with Todd, and we'll have such fun. Oh, yes, because my DC fandom is killing me. Yeah, and I can't believe some of the things I see from DC. When I am watching it, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Take that Aquaman away from me. Oh my gosh.
Real though. God dang. You could send that to Bikini Bottom, okay?
Jesus, where's Feige pajamas?
Jesus, what?
He's got a big old poster on his wall. He looks at it every day before he goes to work. He's like, I'm gonna do this for you.
So boys
Feige.
and girls, please do not ever inject yourself with anything trying to make with any metal at all trying to make yourself Wolverine, okay? Just don't do it. Eat Cheetos instead.
Jalapeno Cheetos, where did you go? I had a whole bag a minute ago. I think I blacked out and woke up with a Cheeto-crusted mouth.
Yeah, Cheetos. Not gonna lie though, jalapeno Cheetos are fire. Like, way better than the flaming hot ones, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to be careful though. That if you eat those hot ones, right, that you wear a shirt because
it burns going up daily.
When I was a young boy, I was self-conscious about my nipples. They are shaped like Malomars.
Because
you have no idea how much I related to that.
Yeah, no idea how much you related to that.
That was so much for me.
Pump, 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 and relax.
Head on. Apply directly to the
Did
forehead.
he freeze?
Oh, a second. Whoa, I don't know what I was watching there for a second.
It's got your color scheme's pretty cool there, Brian.
You know,
because you got the whole green thing, but you're you got the red on your ears, so like you look like a really cool Lobot.
There you go. You have to like put it back like this, kind of.
Yeah, there you go. Yes,
look more
nice.
like Lobot. I have to hold him up though because it's sliding down my ears.
You look like a Lobot with bad posture.
Yeah, more or less.
Yes, pump. Let's see. Somebody needs to clip that song by Enosh. Enosh and TikTok. What a pair. Yes. You know, look, you wouldn't believe some of the things I find on TikTok that I'm just like, oh, dang, nope, can't show that. Can't show that.
Oh, I know one of them.
Yep. There's one that there's one that like for those of you watching, there was one that I've showed everybody. It's actually still in my queue. I'm scared that I haven't deleted it because like I'm still debating. Is it really that bad? I'm just wondering. I'm asking for a friend. I don't know that it's really that bad. Like, because like the guy in it is like, he's happy.
Exactly. He seems, there's no offense taken, it seems.
Yeah. Like, and if I played that, it would not be in.
It was on TikTok already.
Exactly. It was. I just feel like he was a very joyous young man, and he was having a good time. And the comment as the girl walks by at the end is like gold. That's the gold standard right there, man. If you're that dude and you're going through what that dude's going through,
Yeah.
and you still see a girl walk by and you're like, hey, cutie, yeah, then you're the gold standard. Not the MCU. You are the gold standard. You guys watching don't even know what we're talking about, but it's maybe we'll do it on a member stream sometime. Maybe I'll save some of these for the member stream. I've got some crazy ones that I just don't know if I can show. So you got to be a member. That'll be my paywall. There you go. If you want the really cool TikTok videos that I got absolutely free, you're gonna have to be a member.
If you want the good drops, the good, join that membership.
Yeah,
Right?
or
well, see, you just suck. You got nothing to worry about. You're a member, dude. So when I do the member thing, you're in, bro. You're in, bro.
Or you could go on TikTok and find out for yourself.
But would it be as fun to not watch?
They won't know, though. They won't know that that's the one that I was going to show, Brian.
True. That and the context. I think context matters a lot when TikTok drop is applied. So there's a fine science to it. It really is.
They're really.
I can't tell if you're being smart or stupid.
Right? I ask myself that question frequently.
A lot.
Are you being smart or stupid? I don't know.
This son of a bitch is sitting up here acting like, well, I don't know if it was before. I don't know if it was after. Oh, Lord and Jesus, I don't remember. I got to look at my notes.
Yes.
Just like that.
Yes.
Just like that. I will just say, if you're wearing headphones right now, you are absolutely welcome. Because that, like, regardless of what was on the screen, that music right there, if you're wearing headphones, like, is it just
slaps,
me?
Dude, just like
that music is like listen to the crispness in it. Listen to the layers. Let's just close your eyes. Don't even look at the
water
screen
dropping
right now.
in a bucket.
Just listen to it. Just to hear it.
I feel like I just cracked open a soda or something.
Yeah, I just noticed that for the first time. See, that's the layers of that.
You hear
drop.
something new every time you hear it.
I never realized that there was like a soda in the background of that. It sounded like they're pouring the soda. That is amazing.
Baby making music right there. That's good.
I was going to say that 9 months later, you got a child. I don't know what happens when you listen to this one.
No, we all know what happened. 9 months later, cocktail weenie. Vienna sausage? No?
I'm not sure I know what that means.
A hot dog's offspring?
Oh, yes.
Little Smoky?
Yeah. Little Smoky. Yeah.
Barbecue sauce. It's delicious.
Yeah, see, everybody enjoyed that one, right? Now I'm hungry. That sound was relaxing. Like I gotta admit, like the looks on Austin's face are priceless.
These drops are something.
This is true.
There's something. There's something.
There's something.
This is something. This is nothing. This is something. This is nothing. This is something. This is nothing.
Damn it.
This is something. This is nothing. This is something.
Doctor?
Is it something?
This is nothing.
Oh.
This is something.
I thought it was something.
Nothing. This is something.
Or nothing.
Nothing. No, this is something.
Is it something?
This is something. This is nothing. This is something. This is nothing.
Got it. It's nothing, but this is something.
It's something.
Got
awesome.
For sure, it's something. It's for sure, it's something. Yes.
Now.
You know, and I'll be honest with you, the music to this slaps. Like
Dude,
the guitar
by Shakira? Come on.
Like the guitar over here in this right ear is like.
I feel like I'm standing in line for like a Jamba Juice or something. Can I get my strawberry razzmatazz, please? I'll sit on that chair.
Right. I'll take one of those.
I'll have one of those. I'll have what she's having.
Yeah.
Oh wait, she's having the blue beetle? No, I'm good. Thank you. The blue bottle. No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
It's not any color, it's blue.
It's funny because it's blue.
This is all brought to you by Opinion.
Disclaimer.
That's one of my favorite brands.
I cannot verify this one way or the other. It's very unverified opinion.
Hey, at least you put that out there.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Yes. Oh, come on, Caden. You want the chair. You want the chair. You know you do.
We all know you want the chair.
Put it in my corner.
You know what? So I've got a TikTok account for the PlayStation Lounge. I really need to actually up my game on TikTok.
Get TikToking.
Yeah,
I've done a few TikToks.
Is popular.
I've done a couple of TikToks that were like okay, you know, but
I don't want no Chinese spying app on my phone.
I did one TikTok where we have a mall here in Vegas. TikTok?
Sorry, I was trying to pull up my TikTok, but you know.
I mean, they're interesting. They go viral quick. Ooh. You gonna play for us, Brian?
Hang on, Brian.
I don't know. What is it?
I had this one. Okay.
That's for
Yeah.
Baby Groot goes hard.
Right? Yeah.
I'd hate to run into Baby Groot at the mosh pit.
Yeah, right.
And this one too. Like I added some.
It's an honor to meet
What the?
the gold standard in the field.
Heck.
Oh!
Thank you.
The hell?
What?
That melodic death metal.
I mean, see, the problem with TikTok is like you're totally gonna get
get taken down from YouTube because of those music.
I know, man. It's just like.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus! A Weird Al video. That's not bad. He's white and nerdy. They see him roll on his Segway.
Ladies all the time be asking me, Lucy, how come you don't dance no more? And I say, ladies, just give me a chance to do a hip hop dance. Give me a chance to do a dance. Oh yeah, give me a chance to do a hip hop dance. Give me a chance to do a dance. The Roger Rabbit, the Cabbage Patch, the locomotive,
But TikToks take forever to make, man. I swear. Like, it just... They just take forever to make, man. It just takes too long. Oh, we did the Brown Listerine challenge.
And Tiffany is going to be the first guinea pig. Show us what the Brown Listerine does to you, Tiffany. Can she last the full time?
What's the difference between brown Listerine and normal Listerine?
Supposedly it hurts worse. Like, I don't know. Supposedly it's like supposed to be like so much worse.
Oh.
Actually, it's not even that much.
I mean, because Listerine's pretty harsh as it is.
A couple seconds into it.
I can't. It feels like burning.
It feels like.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But here's the real question: does your mouth feel clean?
Yes, it does.
Brown Listerine.
I wouldn't eat anything for a little while.
This is my this was my my wine here, dude.
I gotta beat her record, so here we go. Brown Listerine. Down the hatch.
Oh!
You're not supposed to drink it, bud. No. He gargled. He said, "What up? What?" Like regular Listerine. Now you're just showing off. Swig off the bottle. He's like, what?
Then Landon tried it.
Doing the Listerine challenge and go. First of all, you get, buddy. We're gonna mix Jim on. Come on, rocking it up.
Still beat his mom at least. No, no.
Oh yeah. Stephanie's looking good. Keep going. Come on, switch that stuff around. Switch it around down. Switch it around down. A little more gargle. Put some gargle in there. Yeah, gargle it up. Hold it up. Oh yeah, keep that gargle going. All right.
That's some coaching right there, Dad.
Gotta get them prepared so they're not putting mercury in their body.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you're doing right. You're doing the right thing here, okay? Where other 15-year-olds would be shooting themselves up with mercury.
Right.
Your son's taking the Listerine challenge. He's fighting gingivitis.
There's me and my friend Matt Bosler. You can find this interview right here on the channel. It's one of the first interviews that I did here on the channel. That was fun.
Oh, that just weirded me out. Are you gonna shoot lasers out of your eyes or like fire?
Nah.
When you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
I'm gonna cry.
When you realize you want to spend
It's like one of those videos at the end of a freaking like a retreat.
Right.
Like take all the pictures and put them together, and you get all
right. This is when I did the Mike Zero at Shark Tank.
Next
I remember that.
The young entrepreneur who's turned his fascination with making up crazy Star Wars theories and his hatred of Brie Larson into hard, cold cash by relaying them several times a day on the internet.
Hi, Sharks. It's September 22nd, and the future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive. Not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also with their Star Wars TV shows, both in animated and live-action form, etc., along with the new 4th Star Wars trilogy and spin-off films to actually come and arrive by Disney and Lucasfilm, along with Bob Iger and Bob Chapek. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to like and subscribe for completely fake.
That was a good video. That was a fun video. This one I interviewed Sarah Hester Ross. She was awesome.
Please welcome with me to the Poindexter Lounge for the very first time,
Sarah Hester Ross.
Hi, gosh. Hi. How's everybody doing?
She's super cool.
It's so good.
She's a cool chick.
Like I said,
I was a good
She's got a show out in Vegas, actually.
Oh.
She's where is she at? I think she's at New York, man. And she's got like a piano show out there, man. And
Nice.
yeah, so I can't. Well, that's one of the things when I get out there, we get to go to her show. So
yeah,
I need to do more on TikTok. I know, Dad, dude. I know we need more Mark Uno. I know. Well, now I got a little bit more time. Maybe I can bust out a couple of Mark Unos. You know, that's
a sequel to Lies.
That sounded weird. But
bust out.
Now with 50% whiskey, brown Listerine, it'll get you drunk.
Buy my beer. Oh.
It'll get you drunk.
Samuel Jackson.
More Tiff and less Enosh, then it's gold. Yes, I know. That's what everybody wants. That's what everybody wants. No, man, it just takes so long to do TikToks, man. It's like, and then try to make sure that they're funny. You know, it's like,
yeah.
Well, it doesn't have the aggravation of a YouTube video where you spend like hours editing it and put the wrong song in,
and then nobody watches it. You know?
Yeah, because it gets buried in the algorithm.
Yeah,
that's why I don't like doing the other type of videos anymore. It's mostly just single cut rants.
Right.
That's the thing, man. You know,
one cut rants, just
I hate everything.
Awkward pauses and breathing included, man. What?
Yeah. And Chris Terrio.
There you go.
Always with Chris Terrio. You got to have Chris Terrio. It's not a really good Mark Uno video or Mike Zero video without mentioning Chris Terrio.
Well, because he wrote Rise of Skywalker. Directed by J.J. Abrams, produced by Kathleen Kennedy.
Yes.
And Bob Iger.
Bob J. Peck, Bob Iger, the creator himself, George Lucas, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, or as I like to call them, the Favoloni twins.
The Favoloni twins.
I remember when he was Gutter in PCU.
Coming soon.
Jon Favreau. Okay.
Yeah, coming soon to Croc Plus, the prequel trilogy.
Oh my god.
All Brie.
Oh god.
All Brie. Every character played by Brie Larson. Each one. The entire trilogy redone exactly the same, but just with Brie Larson as every character.
That sounds like something Steven Spielberg would do to E.T.
Yes, look for it on Croc Plus. But we've replaced all the guns
with walkie-talkies.
Oh,
coming soon to Croc Plus.
I can see it. I can see it. Every scene with Brie Larson's head just like deep faked in. Somebody do that. Somebody make that happen.
Ooh,
please,
yeah.
Please don't do that. Somebody.
I'm encouraging it. Let's do it.
Mike.
If I was a little
don't
bit
forget, we
savvy.
actually have this shirt on our Teespring.
Ooh.
We have this shirt on our Teespring. The Zero Credibility T-shirt is there on the.
It's very nice.
It is.
Yes,
very nice.
That's a good one. And then of course there's the the 2 cents on nonsense shirt.
That's right.
Yeah.
Laying the smackdown on nonsense.
Laying the smackdown on nonsense.
Once a week.
24/7. Well, not 24.
24/7. Once
a week.
At least once a week.
Once a week when Johnny can be here.
At least 124 of the sevens.
When Johnny can be here, we lay the smackdown on the nonsense. That's right. And it's super cool.
Sundays
is when we do it because it's super
Poindexter
cool.
Lounge.
Poindexter Lounge. We have fun doing it.
We got monster trucks. Quad world.
For sure. All right, guys. Well, hey, that's all I got for tonight. Just some fun stuff. I think we had some really good discussions tonight. We laughed about some stuff for sure. Look, we were disappointed by the Aquaman stuff. We were disappointed by the Aquaman stuff. We laughed about Nicolas Cage and his obvious plan to try to
National Treasure, his action comic.
Shave some money off the top there for his comic book there. Just that, not bad for it. Look, you know what? He paid, what was it, $150,000 for it? And then 10 years later, he got $2.1 million. Not bad
and
for a 10-year investment.
Hey,
And the insurance payout. So he got his money back, and he got $2.1 million. Not bad for a 10-year investment.
Not a bad day.
Not at all.
Just saying. I think somebody needs to look into that one.
Just go back. Okay, how did we miss this abandoned storage unit used to be owned by Nicolas Cage? How did we miss
It's going to be a History Channel special in combination with the people that do the Storage Wars.
Yes. Yes, you do suck. You're absolutely right. Sunday. Maybe this Sunday? Maybe not. Yes, go check out Brian's channel. Thank you, Bradley. You got it going, Bradley.
Rock on. That's where you can find me, right there. Just click the link. Come on down. We'll have some fun this week. I got 2 days off coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah. And then, let's see. Her last name isn't even Larson. It's been Skywalker all along. Brie Baka.
Anyone could be a Skywalker, guys. Anybody.
What if they digitally remove Henry Cavill's mustache and replace it with Brie Larson?
I'd be all right with that.
It'd be better than Justice League.
That opening scene of Justice League would have a different context to it. And maybe like that Everybody Knows song wouldn't like be so depressing.
That's true too. All right, go. Next should be a cheese stream.
Well, what are we going to talk about? Like Jarlsberg or Swiss?
And, well, I would talk about Swiss, but there's a lot of holes in that hot topic.
So is Jarlsberg. It's a cousin of Swiss.
Swiss.
Dude, there's this one dude that's like an Australian guy that like makes cheese on his channel on YouTube, and like I watched it for days when I was up in Washington because I was like, I went to a cheese factory and I'm like, oh, I gotta make cheese. Yeah. Add that to the list of projects Brian started and never finished. Got a lot of those.
Hey, Rhea, coming in here. Check Rhea.
Hey, Rhea.
All right. Alien Demi, or what is her name?
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato. I almost call her Demi Devato. Demi Lovato is not happy with your screen name because she feels the space extraterrestrials. But I feel like you got a better handle on that, buddy. So why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Yeah. So you can.
Did you?
Yeah, you froze.
I froze. There we go.
There? You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Demi Lovato, I don't know how much you heard of that. So Demi Lovato doesn't like his screen name because extraterrestrials have feelings, and apparently they're offended by the term alien, even though they probably don't even speak our language. But they're apparently alien is just a negative term, no matter what. Even the movie Alien, and so but he's our resident alien. So why don't you tell them where they can find you, sir? Because Kate, who was it? Was it Bradley who did it? Bradley didn't decide to put your link in the chat there. So
no, it's good. Yeah, I'll see if I can get it real quick. But yeah, you can find me over at the Pop Culture Corner for right now. But I am starting my own channel, and it is like up, and we'll have a trailer this week and all that stuff. And so yeah, the Little Big City network, Little Big City Studio Network is it's officially up. So I'll see if I can put the link in the chat.
Let's see what I can do.
And
she's not a full Lovato. She's a Demi Lovato.
Right, she's a Demi Lovato. But
lives matter. ET lives matter.
But yeah, Little Big City Studios. That's where you can find me.
Nice. Well, hey guys, follow those guys. Follow us on social media. Have some fun with us long after the video's done. There's Austin's channel.
Hey, Bradley.
Oh, there we go.
Coming through like a boss.
Absolutely. So follow us on social media. Let's have some fun. We'll be back again tomorrow night with another stream and having fun, hanging out with our friends, chilling, all relaxing, all maxing, all cool, shooting some beat ball outside of the school. Hopefully a couple of guys who are up to no good don't start making trouble in our neighborhood because we don't want our mom to send us away.
No, she got scared.
Although, Bel Air doesn't sound so bad these days. Anyways.
I don't know, man.
Right. Don't forget all of you who gave super chats and all of you who are members and our newest member tonight. It's been so long and my brain is fried. Cinefinity and Beyond.
Got you another subscriber, Haas.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there. So thank you so much for joining the channel. Don't forget, you guys are now entered into drawing for this bad boy next week, the Long Halloween. We'll give that away. Courtesy of Mark over at Benson's Emporium. Go check out Benson's Emporium, and we'll get a link to Benson's Emporium up in the down in the description below. All of our links are down in the description below. Don't forget to check out our Teespring and just the different stuff we do. And hey, every little bit helps, and we're grateful for everything that you guys bring to the table as far as watching the channel, man, and just being here and supporting the channel that way, and just being our friend, because that's the most important thing. And we love you guys. So thank you guys for your support. We love you. We appreciate you. And like I always say, don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter. Don't tell anybody that their fandom doesn't matter, but seek to have good conversations and seek to, talk to people, find out what they're all about, and don't, prejudge them or make, judgment calls about them without sitting down and having a conversation with them, maybe about what happened and what's going on and how you feel, how I feel, right? Like all the way around. So, and if you do that, and you're good to people, you know what? There'll always be a place for you here in the Poindexter Lounge. Until next time, stay nerdy.